Hello. Hello. I always look that way. I don't know why I look that way. Welcome. Hello. Is the movie playing? Yes, the movie's playing. Very good. Very good. Welcome. 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 And most welcome to you and to ye. I used to always say to ye. I don't know why I like that, but I stopped doing that. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Doom vlog. I'm too far away from my microphone. Mike, come closer to me. Welcome to another episode of the Doom Log with me, Mike, and Rotten Roddy, and that movie there that's playing. It's a great movie. It's a great movie. Just re-released. Well, is it re-released or is it soon to be re-released by Umbrella Entertainment? I have the DVD. It took me a while to find the DVD. I used to have the VHS of it. I'm getting way ahead of myself. But there's a movie playing there. I'm doing everything in reverse today. There's a movie playing there, and it's... Oh, and this sticker's coming off. Oh, very nice. There's a movie playing there, and it's a fantastic old movie. I believe it's from the 90s. Did it have the date on it? I didn't see the date before. Pretty sure it's from the 90s. I could research that. Fantastic movie. You might guess what it is. I'd love it if you could guess what it is. The only person so far that has guessed the movie was Mark. That was Serpico. He guessed Serpico from one of my previous episodes. But welcome to episode 47, creeping like a ghoul through a graveyard, ever closer to episode 50. Still undecided about what I'm going to do for episode 50. We will find something to do. If you can think of something to do for episode 50, a competition or something like that, let me know. Probably leaning towards a competition. Oh, that's where the yawning begins. The yawning begins. Yes, I'm leaning towards a competition for episode 50, but we're at episode 47 at the moment. Welcome to the Doom vlog. Doom with 3 O's in it. Doom vlog. I just call it the Doom vlog. Welcome to me, welcome to Mike, and welcome to, of course, you all expect it. No one will watch unless he's here. Rotten Roddy. I say he, she, it. Rotten Roddy's my camera, my ever faithful compatriot, my master at arm's length. I'm really glad I found that little way of calling him that. Yeah, Rotten Roddy. We call him Rotten Roddy. It Rotten Roddy. Because Rotten Roddy has done some rotten things to me in the past, ruined some vlogs, and been an all-round bit of a bastard, to be honest. Bit of a bastard. We do love him. He's the punk member of my crew. He is the punk. He's as funk as puck, basically. So we love Rotten Roddy. He's, you never know what he's going to do. It, she, he, it. He's going to do. So welcome Rotten Roddy, welcome Mike, welcome me, welcome to the movie that is up here. Can you guess what it is? I'm going to keep prodding you. I will always try to remember to put the answer to what the movie was at the end of the episode. It is post-apocalyptic, but it is not that kind of post-apocalyptic. It's more of a action-adventure movie, and one of the highest bad calibers. One of the highest bad caliber is what I meant to say. Caliber, not caliper like on a car. Or calipers, like I guess, I don't know, what else are calipers? Probably some kind of tool. Yes, of the highest bad caliber. Okay, guys, I don't know if anyone's watching. I did put this on the loading screen for a little bit. Oh, hello, live viewers, 1, 2 views. So whoever's watching, hello. From me and Rotten Roddy and Mike, of course. I did double check that Mike was working. Mike sometimes doesn't let me work, but it's mostly because it's my fault. I don't click the little mute button on the microphone at the right time. Oh, the yawning. It's too much. We have a mostly, I would say, action-packed episode tonight. I would put it not at a G rating and definitely not at an M rating. I would probably put it at a PG. Not PG because of the language involved, because I don't give a fuck. Or, I mean, how would I say it? I don't piv a guck. No, fiv a guck. I don't know how you'd say it. Maybe I'll do it in Pig Latin, but I can't because I don't know how to do it. Hang on. Oh, I needed that. All right, tonight we have the usual. You'll notice my wonderful hair. I've had this hair in the room for a while now. I thought I'd put it on. I hope it makes me look a little bit younger. Come on, Roddy. You gonna focus? Focus, Roddy. Focus, Roddy. There you go. A little bit more light. Focus, Roddy. I did have my jacket off before, but it is. Yeah, and if you're living in Melbourne, the Greater Melbourne, it has been getting a bit colder lately, and we've had some almost monsoonal style rainfall. It has been a bit crazy, actually, to be honest. A little bit on the crazy side with the weather around Melbourne. So I could have put on the CRT a nice warm fireplace, but it would mean I would have to bring the heater in here, and I really don't want to fall asleep in here right now, so I'm not going to put the heater on. I did, however, put on some lighting, which you can't see there. I might be able to make you see it, but I don't want to wreck the camera. Down there, see the light spilling? Oh no, it won't move. The light spilling down here is lighting I put around my toys. I should actually put some footage up so you can see. I have a glass cabinet down here. It hasn't been arranged very well. There is a whole Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle section, some Star Wars and a bunch of other stuff in there. But I did put lighting in here the other day. I bought some lighting and, you know, just LEDs, and I've plugged it in down there. So now it actually looks a bit better than this giant lamp that I've got over here. See that lamp just there? I had that just literally pointing there to make light in there, and you kind of knock it. You keep knocking it when you're moving this chair in my cramped little space here. So now I have lighting down here. We have a bunch of DVDs taking up the whole floor, and we've got a movie playing up here. We've already talked about that, but that's what you've got to guess. You've got to guess that. On this TV here, we have Rebels as normal. It's just easy. Its disc is already in there. I just put it on replay just for some splashy light. On the CRT TV, we still have Attack of the Clones on VHS playing over there. And over here, we have our movie. So we're back to square one. Just there, we have Raph. I called him Ralph on one of my Instagram posts. I don't know why. He's Raph. Raph is there, and I've got obviously some other toys chucked around everywhere. It's quite squashy in here. If you've never probably been in my studio, my Neon Doom room, a couple of my friends, the people that watch on here have, they'll know how tight of a space it is. It is quite tight in here, but you could fit a few people if you really wanted to. One day I should do a movie night, but I could really maybe only fit 3 total, including me, in here. Maybe 4 if we all just basically sat on top of each other, which it's not something I really want to do, as much as I love my friends. All right, so tonight what we're going to do is the standard. Well, there is no real standard, so we're going to do beer. Of course, we're going to redo beer from last week because we've still got some left over. Didn't buy any beer today. I don't know why. I just never got around to it. So we've got beer. We've got Let's Get Physical Media. And then we obviously have other things like news, toys, toy talk. And I don't know. We'll see what happens for the rest of the night. But the beer will be the main one, and the physical media. It is a collection update. Every week is kind of a collection update. I've had a bit of a great week in terms of finding things. Now, if you say, well, great, how many Blu-rays have you found? Because I'm on a Blu-ray hunt. Not many. And I'm going to say that because there really isn't many, almost yawned. There really isn't much in the way of Blu-rays out. Now, I have been looking... have been going hither and thither and looking for Blu-rays, but they're kind of the thing that you would find if you're lucky. So everyone's on the hunt for Blu-rays, I'm guessing. But what I have found is Monday, just around the corner from my work on Monday, the op shop that's literally just across the road from where I work, the lady that they all kind of know me, and she said, I've got, I said, have you had anything come in? It's been pretty bare bones lately. She said, oh no, a lady passed away that they had, that one of their customers was the daughter of this lady, this poor lady. I was like, oh, that's terrible. And she said, well, her daughter said that she collected lots of movies. And I think they were like thrillers, or I didn't know that they were horror, but I thought they were like thrillers or, I don't know, sort of like dark kind of movies. And we've had them, but we haven't put them out. Oh, God, I need the beer to stop the yawning. We've had them out the back for a bit where we haven't put them out. Now, whenever I go to this store, it's kind of 50-50 whether they even have anything updated in the shelves. There are a few kooky people there that are, you know, every age, young to old, that go in there and pick through stuff. Now, I don't know if many of them are actually cinephiles or not, and I don't mean that you have to be a cinephile to like good movies, but people go there. Sometimes they just want action, sometimes they just want comedy, sometimes they just want whatever, TV shows. But I do see people picking through their fairly regularly. She said, well, we haven't put them out yet. I said, well, can you let me know when you're going to put them out, and I'll come past. And she said, well, come back Monday. I think it was Tuesday. So Monday she told me that. Tuesday she said, no, it was Friday. And she come back Monday. Come back Monday and we should put them out. So every day this week I've been going there. Monday, there wasn't really anything. There was a couple of new ones I hadn't seen before, but I don't think they were part of this collection. And I picked them up. Every day this week I went. Tuesday, there wasn't much. I picked up a couple of things that were on the shelf that weren't there before. And it was really from Wednesday, Thursday, up till Friday that I started finding more and more. And at one point, she even had a trolley, and she goes, here's a bunch of them on a trolley, pick through them. And there was a guy leaning on it, and I said, well, maybe he wants to go through it first. And she said, oh, no, he's one of our regulars like you. He's already picked through. And, you know, these are just what's left, which I think was most of them. I don't think he picked through a lot of them or didn't take a lot of them. And they were great. A lot of them are like thrillers, horrors. There was some sort of, I wouldn't say classic movies, but some good old movies in there. So I picked up a lot of thriller/horror movies this week, which is really, really good. I'd say about 80% of what I picked up was of that ilk. So we're going to go through those this week, tonight on the Doom vlog on Let's Get Physical Media. But first, before we begin anything, I'd like to ask you all if you're all doing well, if everything's okay. We've got a bit of a fuel crisis going on at the moment, so it's becoming a little bit Mad Max out there. People are just buying up petrol cans and being absolute fools. Last time it was toilet paper, this time it's fuel. Everyone's complaining about the fuel crisis, but you're all going out there and buying up all the fuel as extra fuel. You're filling your car or truck tank and then pulling out like 10 jerry cans and filling those up as well. So let me just ask you this, people of Australia, how are we supposed to last longer on the fuel that's in the petrol houses in Melbourne and Australia? How are we supposed to do that if you're doing panic buying? If you're like, oh, we won't have much fuel left, better buy some, you're only contributing to the problem. I'm sorry, this isn't really part of what I would normally talk about in the channel. And I'm going to put this under Dickhead Award. You're going to get a Dickhead Award. I'm seeing it everywhere at the moment, and it's absolutely mental. So you get Dickhead Award. There you go. Dickhead Award! Yeah, Dickhead Award to all the people out there that are complaining that they're scared of losing fuel and then going and buying up all the fuel so that we're all scared of losing more fuel. It's becoming some Mad Max shit. Honestly, like, it's not going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. I can't imagine, and sorry to get political here, but I can't imagine that in Australia, our government is going to allow people to run out of fuel so no one can work. No one can go to the shops. There won't be any food because there'll be no trucks driving food everywhere. Guys, relax. All right? Just chill out. At the end of the day, panic buying fuel is not going to help anybody, because if you're buying the fuel that the trucks need to put in their tanks to get the food to stock the shelves that you need to eat, that you have to go to work for to make the money to buy the food, you see what I'm saying here? It's mental. You guys are mental. Like, just freaking get over it. Business as usual. Best way anybody can do anything. Toilet paper, petrol. I mean, who knows what's next, you know? People are going to panic buy apples. People are going to panic buy, I don't know, bread. Just live your lives normally. Shop as normal. Nobody panic, and we'll all get through this fine. That's just my final word on all of that. I got nothing left to say. The stupidity of the common person is very high at the moment. All right, so getting past that very frustrating scenario, I'm just going to move on to the next one. I hope you're all watching something good, by the way. And can you tell me, please, can you guess by even this should give away some of it. This is such a good movie. Tell me what you think this movie is. It's gone by two names, the American title and the one that they played in Australia. It's a fantastic movie. What have you been watching lately? What's been on your televisions, What have you been watching? What have I been watching? I've been actually watching some anime. I've been watching some One Piece. Literally, I've been just doing so much work at the moment that I come home and once, dinner and dishes and house and cleaning and all that stuff happens. If I'm going to sit up, just watching easy. So I've been watching some One Piece anime. I've been watching just reruns of things on TV that I feel like watching. What was I watching the other day that I was surprised? Oh no, what was it? It was my mind will come back, my memory will come back. It was, I think, oh no, I started rewatching Rebel Moon. That's right, because I didn't like Rebel Moon, especially the first one. The second one was a little bit better. There are things about it I really like, but it's a Zack Snyder movie, and I don't like the way he shoots his action shots. He's Zack Snydered himself. He Zack Snydered himself into the ground with those two movies. And the idea, the joke that he could have been making a Star Wars movie. I mean, he was rightfully turned down by Disney. I mean, Disney's nothing much to look up to in terms of having an opinion on what makes a good movie, but rightfully turned down by Disney. That movie would never have been a Star Wars movie, and I don't want. No offense, and I'm not a prude. I'm not an old man. I am getting there, but I'm not an old man. I don't want like sex and swear words in Star Wars. You don't need that. You don't need that. You don't need any of that stuff. It's action adventure. It's lighthearted. It's deep and meaningful, but it's not like that. I don't want Zack Snyder or anybody else. Anybody else. I mean, The Acolyte was bordering all that stuff as well, politics and gender and sex and all that. Like you don't need that in Star Wars. It's not meant to be about that. It's not meant to be about if men are better than females or females are better than men or being a lesbian or being straight. It doesn't. None of that matters in Star Wars. It shouldn't matter, and it shouldn't matter that so much that you actually have to force it in there to make a point. You shouldn't have to do that. So I rightfully just want Star Wars to just be Star Wars. I don't want Zack Snyder's. I don't want like what's her name, Headland, that did The Acolyte. I don't want people like that ruining Star Wars for people. I just want fun, good-hearted adventure. All right, that's my opinion. So, Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon. Look, on its own, there are things to like about it. Very, very much a stereotypical approach to writing movies. I found a lot of the way he actually managed Rebel Moon, and I was watching the director's cut, so it was a little bit better in some places because he explained a few other things along the way. It didn't start out the way it started out originally, but it's like just too much. It's like he got every trope for explaining a character, every way of like going, oh, but we need this person, and now that we've found this person, we need this person, and let's explain that person's story, and now we've got these people, let's get this person, and we're going to get that person, and it's like you guys are on a whole adventure before you're even having an adventure. Like, oh, and we need to start an army, so we need to go searching the galaxy for people to start an army with. And they're all going to be the wildest, craziest trope adventurers everywhere. There's like, the Conan the Barbarian style person, like Tarzan-y kind of guy. There's like the gladiatorial kind of general guy. And then it's just like, and then you got the thief / smuggler. I don't know if you've ever seen it. I'm going to give it away, spoiler alert. But he, where is my lighting? What's going on with my lighting? Come on. Ready, focus. Like you could tell he was going to turn. He was he was just a smuggler. He should have been doing it for money, but suddenly he was all eager to help. Come on, man. Like, your idea of a story is just to get like this pulp fiction kind of, not pulp fiction, but pulp fiction as in books, like pulp novels. It's like the most simple way of making a movie. It's like a 5-year-old going, I'm going to have a barbarian, and we're going to have like this guy that's like a gladiator, and then Oh, the thief's gonna like double cross him for 100%. Thief's gonna double cross him. You wait and see. And then there's gonna be like this girl. She's gonna have lightsabers, but they're not lightsabers. They're like she had to chop her hands off, and she had to put these mechanical ones on, and that's because the blades are just like fiery hot. So she has to pull them out, and she makes them fiery hot. It's like burning metal. Come on, that's what the series is like. I'm watching, going. It's like a 5-year-old coming up with these ideas in the sandpit with his toys. You know, and all the slow-mo, like, come on, Zach, give up the slow-mo. Give it up. You've done your time with the slow-mo. Change your MO. You need to change your MO. Sorry, I'm going a rant about it, but I started watching Rebel Moon. I've watched it 3 times this week because I keep falling asleep in it. Partially because I'm tired and partially because I'm bored shitless. Great cinematic shots. Everything outside of action, except for the slow-mo. They even did slow-mo over wheat. It's like, come on, man. You don't have to do slow-mo about feeling the wheat and touching the wheat and chopping the wheat and putting the wheat in baskets and everybody slowly in slow-mo working together. Move along. Keep the story moving. Don't linger on characters. Give some of the characters some depth. Give some of the other characters no depth. It's just too much, man. And also, he made it from chapter 1 and chapter 2, which is movie 1, movie 2. He made chapter 1 into 2 chapters. So now it was like 2 chapters for movie 1 and 2 chapters for movie 2. Which I get why he was doing it, because it was the director's cut. But it's all too much. It's all too much. Great idea. Poor execution. Really beautiful shots. Some of the cinematography is really pretty. A lot of the ideas are really awesome. The ships are cool. Just too much. Just too much of everything. Like, once again, a kid in a sandpit grabbing toys and saying, and the truck's going to land on top of the monster, but the monster's going to be saved by a magician, and the magician's going to get killed by the guy that's a spider, but the spider's going to... It's just too much. Way too much. Make a movie. Make it good. Keep it brief. Don't make something too epic. If you're going to make it that epic, make it 3 movies or make it 4 movies and keep it concise. Build up momentum. It didn't have the momentum it needed. It could have been so much better. It actually could have been so much better. Anyway, I'm going to move on from that. I've been watching Rebel Moon, or trying to, and it's been a very painful exercise. Now, having said that, there are things I do like about it, and I probably would like to own it at some stage. I don't even know if you can buy it. But just to have it so that I can mute it, because sometimes I like to just have things going and mute it so I can visually watch it, but not have to listen to the very poor dialogue. And I don't know, just kind of cringy, to be honest. Anyway, so let us move on to beer, because beer's one of my favorite segments. I don't know if Mark's here. Mark or his kids, Sonny, you here, Sonny? I don't know if Sonny was messaging me in the chat not long ago, which was really good of him. And I've had a few good messages in the chats, not just the chat, but in my comments and back and forth on YouTube. So thank you to those that have been commenting. Greatly appreciated. It does make a difference to a small channel when people do interact with me. I did go up from 152 subscribers to 155, so thank you. I mean it. I'm not joking. Thank you very much from the bottom of my heart for jumping on and being a member, being a subscriber. All the little things count, you know, likes, comments, dislikes even. Do you want to dislike it? You think I talk too much? Fantastic. Put a thumbs down. Put a thumbs down. All interaction is welcome. And if you know someone who likes a rambling guy that's about to drink some beer, talking about cinema, toys, movies in general, pop culture, that kind of thing, just share it with them. Just send them the link. I send the link to people too. I don't know how many people are interested, but I do send the link to people. All right, Mike. All right, Roddy, let us stop rambling and move on to the very first segment, which is, of course, Let's Get Physical Media. And we'll play... We could even do trailer trash tonight, you know. We could even do trailer trash. We should probably do that. There's a few trailers we could watch. We've got some news. We've got some news related to... I don't want to talk about it. We'll talk about it soon. All right. Let us move on to... beer. Beer. Time for beer. I know it's Mark's favourite segment. At least he tells me that. I don't know if he's just trying to make me feel good. We are going to have a beer. So let me go and get a beer out of the fridge of doom. Can you guess what the movie is? Have you guessed it? If you watched movies in the 90s, and please don't be the kind of person that's like, all of those were trash back then. All the action movies were crap. No, it doesn't matter if you think they're crap or not. Just tell me, Roddy, come on. Tell me if you've seen this movie. I should get him to focus on me a bit more. Is that better? Am I focused? No. Sort of. I don't know if it's because maybe I'm not in the center of his vision. I need to be that way more, I think, to be centered. Is that me? Can you see me? Oh, he's having a bit of a moment. Come on, you can focus on me. Roddy, see, that's why he's called Rotten Roddy. Because he cannot decide what to focus on. I'll put myself dead center in the middle. And I think he's not liking the splashy white of the movie. Because that's full frame in widescreen. Widescreen full frame, not 4:3. So it's very bright in the background. I think he's struggling to keep up. All right, let me go and get a beer from the fridge of doom, and hopefully Roddy can keep focusing on me. Hang on a second. I've also got a cup that has ice in it, so it should be nice and cold. So give me a second. You can watch me. I'll mute myself so you don't hear me clomping around. Hang on. Ooh, microphone. Ooh, microphone. All right, we're back. We got a big cup of ice. We got our Grolsch. Has anyone had Grolsch? I'm assuming it is a beer. It would have to be a beer, being on a schooner. One of these tall, kind of teardroppy ones. Anyone had a Grolsch before? There's the ice. That's what I use to chill my glasses. I pour ice in it and put it straight in the fridge. There is a little bit of water in the bottom. That's okay. I'll use the ice in this cup and I'll keep topping it up with energy drink later. But anyone, come on, Roddy. Anyone had a Grolsch before? Rotten Roddy. Fuck us, Roddy. Fuck us. Wow. You are having some issues tonight, my friend. There we go. Grolsch. I do like that logo. I like that color green. And the little vine leaves at the top. Anyone had a Grolsch before? Grolsch sounds like some kind of medical condition. Hang on. There we go. It was a nice, satisfactory sound for you all to hear. So in the Grolsch schooner, we are going to have the second one of my Kilkennys. You can see my Kilkenny there. Hey, Kilkenny. I should actually, every time I do this, I should do the Kilkenny thing from South Park. I have been meaning to do that. So I don't have a Guinness, but I do have a Kilkenny. Please do not froth up. This has a little ball in it as well. I don't know the correct way to use that ball because it always seems that I'm rolling it wrong or I'm making it too frothy. Let's do a pour. Hopefully not a hard pour. Come on, not too much head on it. Oh, look at that. Kilkenny doesn't seem to have as much head as Guinness. I'm sure that makes Kilkenny sad, not getting enough head. But I'm sure Kilkenny will get over it. Well, there's a little bit left, but I don't want to waste. Hang on. That head was so creamy. Do you like my innuendo? I don't know if I've set the chat up properly. Because there's no chat, but I can see people are watching. Welcome, peoples. Welcome, peoples. My computer's being a bit laggy. Yes, so I hope you like my innuendo. I'm not the kind of person that I'm not the kind of person that thinks that you shouldn't say things. I mean, obviously there are things you can't say. I'm not dumb enough as a rule. Oh, my neck is so sore. Why is my neck so sore? Oh, I slept in a bed last night, not on the couch, so I don't know why my neck's sore. I'm not the kind of person that gets offended very easily by things. Obviously, if something bothers me, I tend to talk with the person that has said it about how that makes me feel. But I don't tend to get offended by things. So I don't really understand when people do get offended by things. I'm also not dumb. So only dumb people, I think, say things to the point where you would have to be pretty dumb to go out of your way to offend people. Or on the flip side, you would have to be dumb to be offended about something that there's no need to be offended about. Obviously, if you don't know someone, be respectful. If you don't know them well enough to, lay a dirty joke or rib them a bit too hard about something, just don't do it. Be respectful. If you know someone well enough that you can play a playful joke or say something that's a bit off that you know they would get, do it to the level that you know you can do it. I'm not the kind of person that will do something stupid outside of those boundaries. At the same time, though, there are people out there that get offended by everything. I'm not one of those people. I'm just letting you know that. A lot of things get said, nothing's meant. I'm not going to be a horrible person to people. I'm not going to go out of my bounds. Anybody who knows me knows that. Anybody who knows me also knows that I have immense respect for people in general in the community. That includes my friends and people I don't know. I like people. I'm a very shy person by nature, extroverted introvert, you might call me. But man, I don't understand where I was going with that. But if I ever say anything on the channel that seems like it's a little bit, I'm a bit offended by that. Just give yourself 5 seconds, count to 5, and I want you to do this. Ask yourself if it's worth you being offended by me, because I'm not going out of my way to offend you. And this is my channel. So I'm just letting you know straight away. Comment, let me know. If something you need to know, come and talk to me. Talk to me in the chat. Talk to me on Instagram or whatever. But if you still find me too much for yourself, unsubscribe or don't watch. That's the best thing for you. Other than that, cheers. I do occasionally get people say stupid things to me on my channel. So you don't have to watch. If I don't like a channel, something bothers me on the channel, and I think, man, that's really off. Like, that's really, really off. I just go, not watching you. What is the point in me chatting to that person? There's no point. Okay. Where are we at? The store hygiene check. Oh, my neck is hurting me a lot. How did I bend my neck like that? Live viewers 1, views 2. So whoever's in the chat, hello. If you're the same person, hello. I might change the settings at some point. Oh, my neck, man. Seriously, the beer should fix it, but I think I slept wrong. Which is weird because I slept like really well last night. I don't normally sleep very well during the week. I usually stay up a bit late because, my kids go to bed and I just want some downtime. I'm not the kind of person that goes to bed early as a rule. Bit of a night owl, always have been. But I don't like the idea of just coming home, eating, and then going to bed and going back to work, because I do usually after about 10-hour days plus travel time. So I don't relish the idea of working to go home to sleep to work to go home to sleep to work to go home to sleep to work. I just can't. That's not who I am. I get to be me at some point in the night. When I get to be me for a bit, then I get to wake up and be someone else's tool for the day. So yes, I didn't sleep great this week, but I had enough sleep all week, and then I slept really well last night, and my neck does not like me. But that video is very nice. Kilkenny. Like I said last time, very smooth. A little bit too smooth for me. I think I like Guinness more. Guinness is smooth, but I kind of feel like Guinness has a bit more density to it. This feels a bit lighter. If Mark jumps in at some stage on the channel, he might have an opinion on it. It is a bit lighter. I mean, you can't see because I'm holding... Oh, maybe you can. It is... See how it's a little bit transparent? Guinness is not transparent. And I don't know if that means anything. It probably doesn't. But to me, it kind of feels like it's not as dense. It's not as thick as a Guinness is. And I'm not saying it's bad. It's nice. It's just, I think I prefer Guinness. Now, we don't have any beers left after this. So if I do need to keep drinking, I do have a bourbon of some kind with cola already pre-mixed. And I also have a... Is it a tequila and lime? I can't remember. I'd have to look in the fridge of doom. All right, let us stop rambling and let's move on to our first segment. Before I go ahead and do that, I think... Did I change it over? I don't know if I changed it over. Let's just double check that. Come on. Where are you, silly clicky thing? And we are on people and blogs. Okay. Maybe I need to move to gaming. Let's move to gaming. Let's move to gaming. Save onto gaming. Okay, very good. Let's see if that fixes things for me. Yeah, we'll see what happens. All right. So let's move on to... Let's get physical media. We've got a lot to talk about. If you like horror, if you like thriller, you might like what I found. A lot of these I haven't seen because there's a lot of horror out there. There's a lot of horror adjacent material. One of the biggest things I was lacking in prior to this was horror. Look, I don't dislike horror. I like horror a lot. I mostly watched horror in the 90s, 80s and 90s. I'd say more 90s than 80s because I was quite young and I grew up in a very Christian household when I was younger. So there wasn't a lot of horror. There wasn't a lot of like evil things that I was allowed to watch. Mind you, we could watch the Carry On movies and there were boobs in that. And we could watch James Bond, where some like hidden boobs in that and boob references. But yeah. I wasn't allowed to watch straight up horror because it was evil. So yeah, I did watch a lot in the late 80s, early 90s, mid 90s, up till the thousands. And you know, early thousands even, 2000s, sorry, not thousands, 2000, early 2000s. But yeah, I do like horror. I think I'm adjusting to a lot of the B grade stuff that was in between that I maybe didn't see. And I've always thought I've seen a lot, but I've probably not seen as much as other people in terms of horror anyway. A lot of B-grade action movies, a lot of B-grade sci-fi. I've seen a lot of that. Not as much horror. But yeah, I'm making up for it. Okay. Let us move on to Let's Get Physical Media. Where is my bumper? I don't even know what that song is. Where's my Let's Get Physical Media bumper? Where is it? There it is.
Let's get physical media. I wanna get physical media. Let me hear your movies talk.
Let me hear your movies talk. I don't know what's going on with my chat. Chat was disconnected, successfully reconnected. Can we check it? Is it working? Can you hear me? That's the most important thing. Can you all hear me? 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 I hope you can hear me. I hope whoever's watching can hear me. Soon enough, if I've had a few beers, you might end up seeing me a bit like this.
What did I say? He can't hold his liquor.
I don't want to be like that. It's currently we're drinking a nice beer, and that beer has a.
It's got a fruity bouquet.
It's got a fruity bouquet. My beer has got a fruity bouquet. Let's put in the chat. Hello, viewers. It's very formal. Welcome to the chat. Yes, so it's got a fruity bouquet. We'll see how we go with drinking. In the meantime, we need to do Let's Get Physical Media. We've already done the bumper for us, and now I can talk about my physical media. Who else is here? We've got 2 people live and up late. Welcome to our second viewer. Look, I understand if you're shy, you don't have to jump in the chat, but the chat is literally like a conversation for me. Most of the time, I am just talking to myself. And you know what? If you love that, I'm really glad to do that for you. That's what I'm here. Every weekend I'm here. Every weekend I have a chat. If you're a replay crew, like Retro Toy Princess's replay crew, she always lets me know when she's watching, which is fantastic. She's from the States, and I've got obviously other friends. I've got Mark who will replay as well if he's not live, and other people. Hey bud, is that a rabbit on my head? No, I hand plucked all of the pubes of a oh boy, here's where I could be offensive. I hand plucked all of the pubes of a southern mountain goat, and I wove them into this glorious Shane Warne style weave, so that I can entertain you all tonight. And welcome, some dude 936, aka Mark McBride, or Mr. Mark McBride. I should be polite. Mr. Mark McBride. No, there's no rabbit involved. Most of the time when I ask the rabbits, they say no. And the goats, they're kind of like, yeah. So, you know, when the goats don't care, I don't care. When the rabbits say no, I'm not going to force them. You know I'm a good guy. I would never force a rabbit to give away its pubic hair. That's not something I would do. But let's get physical media. How are you, Mr. Mark McBride, by the way? How are you, Mr. Mark McBride? I was wondering when you would actually drop into the chat, if you would drop into the chat, because I never assume. One should never assume. In polite society, one should never assume that someone is going to drop into the chat. But I do appreciate it. I hope you're well. How's your studio build gone? Is it working now? Because I'm assuming that's where you are, in your little studio, your little Mr. Mark McBride fancy little separate studio. I'm going to have to come up there and drink. And you must be getting close to your deadline by now. I'm feeling like you owe me a come up and have a beer, mate. Oh, wait, I'll even bring the beers. I don't care. I have 0 cares. 0 Fs are given. I've already sworn tonight, so I don't know why I'm hiding my Fs. 0 Fs will be given. I'll bring the beers. You tell me when you're ready. They killed Kenny. A Kill Kenny's nice. I really do need a Kill Kenny bumper. Man, I need a Kill Kenny bumper. All right, so let's go on to Let's Get Physical Media, because otherwise I'm going to lose my second live viewer, who's going to be like, this guy is talking way too much about random shit. I'm going to bail. All right, so I have a bag here. I have promised a bag. Now, this includes not just the op shop finds, the horror/horror adjacent. This also includes a visit to JB Hi-Fi, which was not very fruitful. I do have some regrets about JB Hi-Fi. I will explain it in a minute. Regrets in a wish I'd done it kind of way. And also a visit to EB Games. In EB Games, I found 2 things. So first time in maybe ever that I've talked about buying games here, though I have talked about buying games in the past, where I bought a game and a movie. Is it? It is, but is it? So I've got this little bag here. Now, also, I will say we are doing mail tonight too. We are doing mail. I haven't opened it, so I am a little bit curious. I know what I've ordered. It's come in the mail. It's from Temu. I joined Temu. Like, against my better judgment, I've held off. I've held off of Temu. I've been like, Temu, rubbish. Shein, rubbish. Never going to go there. And I joined Temu and I bought a few things. And I don't know, regrets could be had. The very first thing I bought from Temu was, there was some regrets there. There were some regrets. But yeah, let's see if we regret the last part of the Temu order. In the meantime, let's do physical media. Quack. Anyway, Mark, you've seen the rabbit weave. Sorry, the goat pube hair weave. You've seen it before. I've got a bag here of stuff. I just put it in this bag, you know, the trusty Coles paper bags, because they're 25 cents at Coles. And I always bring them home. And my wife always says, why'd you get another paper bag? I'm like, because they're 25 cents. And we use them as like recycle bags and all sorts of stuff. I don't want any more bags in the house, but it's 25 cents and it's easy. And when I'm in the work car, I don't have bags in the work car. In my territory, in my wagon, my SUV, I have bags. I can go to the store with, but in the work car, which I now drive pretty much all the time, I don't have bags. So, and if I keep them in the car, they'll get thrown away because the drivers at work use the car as well when I'm at work, and they will throw away those bags. So I don't keep bags in the car. But in this bag here, I have the movies. Now, they're not really stacked in a good order, so I'm going to have to divvy up a couple of things, such as that and that. Separate them out, put them to the side somehow without giving them away. Is that going to be seen? I don't think that'll be seen. Perfect. That's not going to be seen. So is that all you jumped on here to say? Is that a rabbit weave on my head? Is that all? Is that all I'm going to get tonight? So I got a chat going. I got now one. Look, thanks, Mark. Thanks, Mark. The rabbit weave, you scared off the other live viewer. Thanks, Mark. That could have been you. You could have scared yourself off. All right, let's go through the physical media. Let's go through the physical media. There's some cool stuff in here. I mean, some stuff that I've never seen before, but some cool shit. Some like, there's a couple of things I found here that actually made me go, for fuck's sake, I've been looking for that, and I'd given up on it. I mean, look, I'd prefer it on Blu-ray, but that's actually a lot harder for us in Australia to find good things. Woo-hoo! Really hard to find good things. I hope that didn't deafen you, by the way. We have lost our live viewer. We're down to one. I'm assuming it's Mark, but he's not talking now. Probably because he's got lag because of his computer in his workplace. And there are some things I want to rewatch. Like I said, maybe 80% kind of horror adjacent. Maybe 80% horror adjacent. I do need to separate out some, though, that are going to be left until last. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. You won't really see those. I'm just separating the good ones out to talk about last. Oh, I think that's a good one too. Separate that one out. And a couple of interesting ones that I've watched before but I haven't seen for a long time. That's a good one. Let's separate that one out. Trixie, false. Trixie and false. That one's a good one too, and I didn't even know it existed, and I'm really excited to have it. That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one, but that's okay. We'll talk about them separately. So I'm just separating the good ones out. Yep. And yep. Okay, cool. We can talk about all of these. And we'll leave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 things behind to talk about last. And calling me, hey, bud. Hey, bud. Some dude. Hey, bud. Oh, your internet's bad. You seriously thought it was a rabbit? Well, you know I'm not going to believe that. Because I know your sense of humor, Mark. But I'll just let you know, Mark, that I'm not offended by it. Not offended by it. Because I just said I'm not offended by things. Have you guessed the movie though, Mark? Have you guessed the movie? I know your internet's bad, but your sense of good film is not bad. The first thing I've got here is Sealed. The second thing I'm going to have to put back in the house because I want to watch it with my wife. Because it's a movie I haven't seen for a long time. Oh, if my yawning could fucking stop. Seriously. The first one I bought was Sealed. And you will know the original series. I'm sorry that you got bad internet, Mark. But, you know, you need to fix your internet, Mark. Just for me. You know that, right? If you're going to be down in your fancy separate studio away from the main house, there is no way in hell I will allow you to not have good internet for the one night of the week that you'll be watching something. It's not a fucking week. You're swearing in the chat? I'm surprised it went through. YouTube, take him down. YouTube, just take him down, YouTube. Just destroy that man. He used the F word. Only I can use the F word. Can't believe you actually got it into the chat. Internet froze. It's a fucking rabbit. It's not a fucking rabbit. How can this be a rabbit? Look. How is that a rabbit? Is this a rabbit? Here's the argument. Or is it a chihuahua? Rabbit or chihuahua? Ren and Stimpy. Rabbit or chihuahua? It's a chihuahua. Looks a bit like a rabbit though. I'm going to need more drinks after that. It's not going to be enough. The first thing I picked up is based on an original TV series that Mark will know. Don't know if he watched any of it, but he'll know it. The Man from U.N.C.L.E. Can you see who's in it, though? I never wanted to watch this movie because I just thought, far out. You've grabbed a classic old TV series and you've made it into a movie. And I'm not, you know me, I don't like it when when Hollywood does this. They're like, oh, we don't have any originality. We're just going to get something and we're going to just remake it. Who fucking cares about story? Who fucking cares about actors? Good characters? Just make it. That's what I thought this movie was going to be. But I've been reading reviews on it and listening to, reviewers, YouTubers, and they've said it's good. Man from U.N.C.L.E. Now, here are the actors in it, because I don't remember them. Henry Cavill, you can see on the front cover. Armie Hammer, Alicia Vikander, Elizabeth Debicki, and what is that name? Is that Hugh Grant? Oh, I thought that was another name in front of it. And Hugh Grant. But the thing is, that's also got... Is that someone else? I thought that was... Oh, it's not who I thought it was. So it must be one of the other guys. I thought that was completely someone... From a distance, you tell me who that is. That's not Henry Cavill. Yeah, see, I told you, it's not the person I thought it was. Cool car, by the way. It's an original Ferrari, wasn't it? What's up, Mark? Not lying about internet. Doesn't reach my studio. I'm probably not even registering as your only viewer. Just blurry pixels, but it really looks like a rabbit. Okay. Well, I want you to just think about the words that came out of your, typing mouth. That does not make a sentence. I want to think about the words you typed. Why would I be wearing a rabbit on my head? Even if it looks like a rabbit, wouldn't that logical part of your brain be like, I see a rabbit? But going over the footage in my mind of the last 20 times I've seen him, he's never worn a rabbit before. It's possible, highly unlikely as it is, it's possible that he's not wearing a rabbit on his head. I'm just throwing it out there. It's possible that you might be wrong. And you are wrong. Do you remember the man from U.N.C.L.E., Mark? Not Uncle Mark. Do you remember the man from U.N.C.L.E., Mark? Uncle Mark? Do you remember the man from U.N.C.L.E., the TV series? You remember the event? Was it called The Avengers? Now I've got to remember. With, she used to be so hot. What was her name? And now my computer's telling me to enter my credentials. That's not going to happen. Was it the Avengers? The Avengers. No, TV series. Yes, the Avengers. Do you remember the Avengers had Patrick McNee and somebody else? What's her name? Oh, she was so hot back in the day. She actually played the mother of she was like the Rose House in Game of Thrones. She played the mother, the conniving, scheming mother. I know her name. Her name's not being it's not jumping into my mind. TV series. Wow, so white. Why can I Diana Rigg. Diana Rigg. Diana Rigg. So hot back in the day. Even like when I used to watch her, and I knew she would have been she would have been old by the time I watched her. But let me just go to desktop screen. Hang on. Diana Rigg. I'm down here, by the way. Hello. Diana Rigg. Can we make this larger? More tools. Oh, you're not going to allow me to make it larger? That's quite bizarre. Just hot. This used to let me enlarge. Why? It's updated. God damn it. Why? That's Diana Rigg anyway. Diana Rigg, and this used to allow me to enlarge. See, not read aloud at the collections. Nope. Not going to let me enlarge. That is very annoying. All right. Yeah, Diana Rigg. Very hot. They were the Avengers. Not Dark Winds. Okay. Let's close that. Go back to Roddy Cam. Go back to Roddy Cam. Yes. So, The Man from U.N.C.L.E. Similar time frame. The Avengers was 1961 to 1969, so about 7 or 8 years on television. That's something I'd like to own again because those old TV shows were cool. But if we look at The Man from U.N.C.L.E., The Man from U.N.C.L.E. was done when? The Man from U.N.C.L.E. It was with dots. Dot, s, dot, l, dot, dot. 1964. So very similar time frame. I'm sure there's a better picture than that. It had was it David McCallum or Robert Vaughn? I can't remember his name, but he was in a movie called Mosquito Squadron. Mosquito Squadron. One of the most fucking boring war movies, and I was really interested because I collect a lot of war movies that I've hidden them away in my collection now because I don't watch them very much. But he was the main pilot in Mosquito Squadron, and that movie is dead set boring. I fell asleep in it so many freaking times. But he was in The Man from U.N.C.L.E. He was in The Man from U.N.C.L.E. And I don't know why it's not letting me look at images. There we go. The Man from U.N.C.L.E. Desktop screen. The Man from U.N.C.L.E. Will you let me look at you enlarged? Oh, look. This lets me magnify image. The Man from U.N.C.L.E. There's whatever his name is, Patrick McNee, maybe. I don't remember his name. I do not remember his name, but he was as boring as batshit in Mosquito Squadron. There you go. No, you won't let me enlarge that one. Surely it would say his. And there were lots of books about this as well. The Man from U.N.C.L.E. It was a TV series. It's like a James Bond kind of underground. I don't know, like spies and agents and shit. So yeah, there you go. More images. The Man from U.N.C.L.E. There were two guys that were mentioned before. I don't remember their names all. Television series aired from 1964 to 1968, featuring secret agents Napoleon Solo and Ilya Kuryakin as they combat global threats. Napoleon Solo, played by Robert Vaughn, and Ilya Kuryakin, played by David McCallum. Oh my God! So Uncle was the good agent organization, and the evil organization. The evil organization with dots in between each letter was called Thrush. I don't remember that. I know Thrush is a bird, but come on. Uncle and Thrush. Uncle Thrush. Oh, Uncle's combating Thrush. Combat Thrush with the new Uncle Cream. Yeah, so Thrush... United Network Command for Law and Enforcement, who work for a covert international organization known as UNCLE. Their mission is to protect the world from the evil organization Thrush, which seeks to disrupt global peace. The series is known for its blend of action, humor, and innovative gadgets, making it a staple of the spy genre during the 1960s. Thrush. You got me with Thrush. That's pretty funny. Yeah, I know it was action-packed and stuff, but it's still kind of boring. You have to be into it to watch it. So let's go back to Roddy before I show you everything on my screen. Thrush. You had me at Thrush, though. That made me laugh. Thrush with dots in it. And they didn't even tell me what Thrush meant. The something. Anyway, this is... I hope this movie has the bad guys as Thrush. Does it mention it on the back? Oh, they got the same names. Napoleon Solo and Ilya Kuryakin, which is Army Hammer. Okay. It does not mention Thrush. No one really wants to talk about Thrush. I mean, fair enough. It's a hard thing to talk about, especially when you've got Uncle around. I think it's about as much humor as I can ingest, insert into any episode. Not ingest. I don't want to ingest any humor. Uncle, the man from Uncle. Anyway, it's sealed. I'll just let you know it's sealed. That was a long time talking about one movie, but $1. Extras with Harry Potter, lad. Extras with Harry Potter. What was she in Harry Potter? No, wait a second. She was in Harry Potter? Was she in Harry Potter? Oh, have I lost my channel content? Let's close that. Was she in extras? Check her out in... Oh, sorry, you mean the show Extras. She was in the show Extras with the Harry Potter lad. Okay. You didn't put the word extras with a capital E. So I didn't know if you're talking about there was extras with... Yeah. Also Game of Thrones, of course, and yeah, Theatre of Blood. I don't remember Theatre of Blood. But yeah, The Man from Uncle. Mark, have you watched The Man from Uncle on TV? 1961 to 1968 or whatever it was. No, 1965 to 1968. What's that, 3 or 4 years or something? Anyway, it was sealed. I picked it up because it was sealed and also because I hadn't seen it and I'd heard good things. Some things I just can't find on Blu-ray, so I'm not going to find them straight away. Doesn't mean I don't want them. All right, let's move Godzilla over, and we will have a look at the next one. This one I have seen before. And I bought it so I could watch it with my wife or my family. I do believe it's okay to watch, though. It does say moderate coarse language, moderate themes, moderate sexual references, okay? Infrequent drug use. Maybe I won't watch it with my kids, but I have seen it before. I actually do believe I might have either seen it on early DVD or VHS. What year? 2008? 2006. So it would have been on VHS. Little Miss Sunshine. It's got, what's his name? What's his name? Kinnear? Greg Kinnear. It's got Steve Carell, of course, Toni Collette, Paul Dano, I don't know what her name is, Abigail Breslin, and Alan Arkin's in it as well. I don't know if he was in anything much after that. But yeah, it's a kooky family scenario, traveling from place to place in this yellow combi. And it's a very funny movie. I just wanted to pick it up to watch with my wife. But Diana Rigg back in the day, holy crap. even when I was watching her in my early 20s, late teens, early 20s. So hot. Oh my god. All right, let's begin some of the horror movies. Very clean discs. Apparently, this lady that owned all this collection, she took care of it. So, really cool. So, part of our horror collection for $1 is Lovely Molly. I really don't know anything about it. I was basically just grabbing anything horror. It does say, come on, Roddy. It's dusty or what? I think it's grimy on the front. Wipe it on the old trousers. Does that clear it up a little bit? It says from the director of the Blair Witch Project and the executive producer of The Lord of the Rings. They love to throw The Lord of the Rings around. You could be anyone, like the guy that actually cleaned the bins in The Lord of the Rings and the director of some movie or other. And the guy that cleaned the bins from The Lord of the Rings. That was Lovely Molly. Horror movie. I read a little bit of the back. I don't recall what it is. It's a slasher, reverse slasher maybe. Don't come on. Rotten Roddy's being real rotten tonight. When newlywed Molly Reynolds, I was going to say Molly Ringwald. When newlywed Molly Reynolds returns to her long-abandoned family home, frightful reminders of a nightmarish childhood begins seeping into her new life. A malevolent force, whether her own haunted past or some supernatural thing, tirelessly seeks to overwhelm her. Alone and isolated in a centuries-old manor, she soon begins an inexorable descent into depravity. Somewhere in the house, in the terrible space between psychosis and possession, lies an evil that will pull Molly and all those around her into darkness and death. $1. I picked it up. I don't know what year this was. I haven't really done any deep dives into the year. It is widescreen, and I think it's 16:9 and anamorphic 1781. I don't see a year. So it does have a distribution date of 2012. So the disc is very clean, a little bit on the smudgy side, but like clean. So yeah, Lovely Molly. Don't know what that's gonna be like, but I guess we'll find out. This one I don't really know anything about, but Mark, you might know this one actually because it's old and it has Alec Guinness in it. Even if you can't see me properly and my rabbit on my head, do you remember a movie with Alec Guinness and Jack Hawkins in it called The Prisoner? I'm going to hold that up while I drink my beer because it's hard to talk and drink and do other things. Alec Guinness, Jack Hawkins. For $1. I thought it was the Second World War movie, but I don't know. It does say two legendary actors at the height of their careers face off in a film so controversial. This is why I picked it up. That both the Cannes and Venice Film Festivals banned it. Oh, it is World War II. Following World War II, a strong-willed cardinal, Alec Guinness, is arrested as a traitor to the state. His will is strong, but so is that of his inquisitor, Mr. Jack Hawkins, a seemingly benevolent man who uses oily charm to lure the cardinal into speaking freely. The interrogator eventually resorts to false evidence, dirty tricks, and cruelty. Months pass, and the cardinal's spirit seems impossible to break. But as the interviews become increasingly hostile, the captors turn to the last bastion of the immorally powerful, torture. A tale for all times, all beliefs, and once witnessed, impossible to forget. So, not exactly my first choice in movies, but I love Alec Guinness. And I just thought, if I'm going to own a movie, it's got to be something that's powerful and has a good actor in it. I mean, I can't say that for every movie I own, otherwise I wouldn't own half the movies I own. But The Prisoner seemed to be one. But I was, when I picked it up and paid for it and walked away with it, very curious immediately, Mark, whether you had seen it. In the back of my mind, I was like, I wonder if Mark has seen this movie. So Chad is empty. He hasn't said anything. Have you seen The Prisoner with Alec Guinness and Jack Hawkins? Does it have extras? I don't think so because it's an older movie. It says 1983. 1955. Yep, so originally produced 1955. 1983 is the redistribution date. when it was done on DVD. Was it really 1983? Was it DVDs in 1983? I thought they were like late 80s. 2008. Okay, so it must have been distributed in 1988 and 1983, and then went on DVD in 2008. Have you seen The Prisoner, Mark? The disc is clean. I'll double check it because I checked them all, but sometimes I forget. And there he is as the Cardinal. Alec Guinness is a very special actor. I believe he was classically trained. Yeah, very clean. Bit smudgy, but very clean. Have you seen The Prisoner, Mark? The Prisoner with Alec Guinness and Jack Hawkins. I'd be very curious because I literally, I'm not joking. When I picked it up, I was like, I bet you Mark's seen it. And if he hasn't, if he has, I would like his opinion on it. Let's do a quick hygiene check on the channel. I think we've lost Mark. I think because of his internet, we've lost Mark. We had 3 views, sorry. We had 2 live viewers. I think we lost Mark. I think we lost Mark to his bad internet. Well, I'm going to have to drink more in a minute. Mm. All done. I think that's why he wasn't commenting, because we lost him. He dropped out. Beer's done. We're going to have to move on to the scotch. Sometimes I wonder if I should put music in here. Oh, we got 1 live viewer back. We got you back, Mark? Is that you? Did we lose you? Your spotty internet dropped out? You missed all of that. I was talking directly to you the whole time. What I wanted to ask you is if you've seen The Prisoner with Alec Guinness and Jack Hawkins. Have you seen The Prisoner with Alec Guinness and Jack Hawkins? 1955. Very curious. I bought this and I was immediately wanting to ask you if you'd seen it. $1. Very clean disc. World War II Cardinal arrested for being a traitor to the state. Very curious about your opinion. You're a bit of a film buff, so I would have assumed you probably have seen The Prisoner, but I'm very curious to see what you think and what you say. The next one I picked up is a remake. I don't know if this is the same. Hang on, let me just quickly read this. No, okay, so this is a different one. Okay, cool. So there was a few movies made in Japan that got translated to America because, you know, Hollywood loves to steal a good story from another country and make it their own. So that one was The Ring, which I can't remember if it was Sarah Michelle Gellar in The Ring or not. I would have to double check myself on that. But this one is Sarah Michelle Gellar, and it is another Japanese one made into a Americanized Hollywood version, and that is The Grudge. It never forgives, it never forgets. So basically, when you move into this house, it clings onto you. The Grudge. But look at the hair. It's kind of very familiar to the girl from The Ring that was down the well. Sarah Michelle Gellar. Kind of in her prime still. $1. All of these are $1, by the way. If I don't say, they're all $1 because they're all from the same place. And this is a wild thing to say, but this place also does $1 Blu-rays, which is, I've bought from them before. I don't know if you remember, if you've seen any of the previous episodes where I came home with like 15 Blu-rays for $1 each. Or 20, something like that. Very clean disc. That's what how can I hold this without dropping it? The inside of the case is that. It looks very much like the girl from The Ring. The Grudge. So, I mean, look, I don't mind Hollywood versions of things like this, but I tend to find that the Japanese ones are better. So, yeah, The Grudge. It never forgives, it never forgets. an entity clings onto you when you enter a house. All right, so there was that. I have this one on VHS. I do not have it on DVD. I picked it up mostly because I was pretty sure I only had it on VHS. Once again, very clean. Denzel Washington. And John Goodman. I haven't seen this a very, very long time. Not in a very long time. Fallen. Detective John Hobbs is searching for a criminal he's already met, already caught, and already killed. So basically, this is like an entity slash angelic kind of creature that inhabits the bodies of multiple people to commit crimes. I say angelic because I'm thinking more like a demonic angelic. And so when he captures people, they tend to not know what they've done wrong because it keeps jumping from body to body, killing people. So he's got to capture this demon that essentially is inhabiting the bodies of innocent people and committing crimes. I don't remember the year, but I think it was 90s. Early thousands. 1998 Warner Brothers, and then 2000 distribution date. Yeah, so cool. I've got this on VHS. I picked it up mostly because I haven't got it on anything else, and it was $1. I picked this up because I do remember it. Gosh, it's been so long that I've seen this that I don't remember it very well. I remember bits of it. Very clean disc. How you going, Mark? You still there? Still with me, buddy? Still with me? Mulholland Falls. Neo-noir. Sort of like The Untouchables meets... Oh, I don't know what it would meet. The Untouchables meets like David Lynch and I don't know, Tarantino or something. So it's got an all-star cast: Nick Nolte, Melanie Griffith, Chaz Palminteri, Michael Madsen, Chris Penn, John Malkovich, and there is another person, which is Rob Lowe, I think. Is that Rob Lowe? I might be seeing this wrong, but on the back it's got beautiful Jennifer Connelly, but I'm pretty sure that is Rob Lowe. I might be misguided there, but it looks like Rob Lowe, but it doesn't mention his name. It does not mention Rob Lowe on this at all. Why would it not mention Rob Lowe? Kind of spins me out, to be honest. Why not mention Rob Lowe? I mean, what year was this? Oh gosh, really hard to read writing. Why? Why can't you give me a date? That's very disappointing. I am very disappointed. 1996. Oh, it's got a giant copyright right under everything. I didn't notice. 1996. Ligo Entertainment, including all rights reserved. Ooh, can you guess the movie? You should know by his face. You should know by his face what movie it is. Come on, Roddy, focus. Focus, Roddy. You should know by his face what movie this is. Come on. Anyway, so I wanted to pick this up because I like that kind of movie. I like that kind of untouchable gangster, David Lynchy, kind of creepy, weird, internal affairs, 60s, 50s kind of movie. Mulholland Falls. I picked it up. Maybe my wife will watch it with me. I don't know. But it is how many minutes long? 108. Was that 182? 102 minutes. Wow. That's only just under 2 hours, which is bizarre for a movie like that. I picked this up as well. There are some slight scratches on this, but I don't think this is from that lady's collection. I don't really know anything about this movie, but the costumes look pretty good. Viking War. Anyone seen Viking War? Oh, I've lost my live viewers again. Don't know what's going on. Mark's dropped out again. Anyone seen Viking War? The Viking War, I should say. Does it say it's... Does it say... It doesn't say anything actually about... Is this an Australian video? Let me just double check. Oh, no. Yeah, Region 1. That's why it doesn't have anything written on there. Beautiful set pieces. The Saxons are in grave danger. A group of crazed Vikings called the Berserkers are invading villages and ripping people to shreds. When Rolf, the son of the Berserker leader, rebels against their barbaric ways, he sets off to fight against his family to save the Saxons' village and their people. Looks very basic. Very, very basic. Come on, Roddy. What is wrong with you tonight, Roddy? The Viking War. Looks like it could be B, C, D grade. Fantasy adventure, but it's not fantasy really, is it? It's historical, fake historical. I picked it up anyway. It was $1. It looked interesting. I like that kind of thing. Where are we up to? Oh, I've got some more horror. My neck. Oh, my neck is killing me. My neck, my back. And, ouch, like that. Where are we up to? Live viewers back again. Mark's dropping in and out. In and out, Mark. Whenever I think of In and Out, I think of the Americans talking about In and Out burger. It makes me want to have an In and Out burger. By the way, I'll just let you know, I joined up with Costco recently. That's a clean disc. And it's a weird place. I don't know. I don't know if I regret it or not, but we bought some stuff from there. But they also got pizzas there. They got pizzas there, bro. They got pizzas there. And we bought pizza for the kids on Friday night from there. I don't know if it's frozen or semi-frozen or cold. We put it in the oven, and it was a 3-cheese or 4-cheese pizza. And cooked it, made it look nice, got it out on the table, cut it, started eating it, and I realized that there is not one drip of pasta sauce or salsa, not salsa, like a pizza sauce on there. What they used as the sauce on the pizza was not a tomato style. It was actually Philadelphia cream cheese as the sauce for the pizza and cheeses on top of it. And it was the weirdest experience of my life, and I can't take it back now. So no, I'm never going to look at Philadelphia cheese the same way again. Great show, Man from U.N.C.L.E. Those guys been in everything. Great Escape, Magnificent Seven, Robert Vaughn in Superman 3. Oh, actually, that's true. Now that you remind me of that. That is completely true. But have you seen Mosquito Squadron? You can have my copy of Mosquito Squadron. It is the most boring as fuck movie I've ever watched. I've tried to watch it like 5 times. I fall asleep in it. It is boring as fuck. It's like half, I don't know, his memories and thoughts and emotions about his life while he's fighting the Germans in a mosquito plane. It's the most boring movie. I cannot even make it. I've given up trying to watch it. I've tried like 5 times to watch that movie. The most boring fucking movie in the world. You can have it. You want it? I'll give it to you. Next one, The Possession. I don't know really anything about this, but it's a more modern movie. I'm glad you're back there, Mark. I'm glad you're back. Darkness lives inside. Little girl, something to do with a house, gets possessed. No, a box. I think it's a wooden box she plays with, and then she slowly starts showing signs that she's being possessed. I picked it up. It was a horror. It was a buck. Why would you say no to a buck? Robert Vaughn. No? Yeah, Robert Vaughn. Robert Vaughn. But give me the Avengers, the original Avengers, not the superheroes, the Avengers. With what's her face in it. She was hot. I mean, look, we know she's old now. You look back on that, you feel dirty. But she was hot back in the day. When I was young, I was like, I am in love. Late night TV. I'll just check the disc on this one. I knew she was old then. But, oh, that's very clean. Wow, that's like not really clean. That's like almost brand new. I don't know anything about this one either. Yeah, I could read you what's on the back. Summer's Moon. Ashley Green. What time are we at? 2:24. We're doing really well with time tonight. What the actual fuck? We're doing great. Summer's Moon. Look at that though. Slasher. Homegrown slasher. Starring Ashley Green from Twilight. Oh, she's upgraded herself from Twilight to this. Will she become one of them to survive? Cool cover though. Got the impression this grandmother, liked everything from ghosts to whatever, family murderers. So the whole thing behind this, and I think this has special behind the scenes features, not much because it's DVD. Eager to find her estranged father, Summer sets out on a cross-country journey and is soon rescued from a slight run-in with the law by a local handyman. It's an unusual connection, but she is quickly charmed and accepts his invitation to spend the night. Knocked unconscious, she awakes the next morning to find herself trapped in his basement. Now taken prisoner, Summer's dream has come to a bitter end, and her real-life nightmare has only just begun. So she's got to become the slasher. It's a revenge movie. I like a good revenge movie. I Spit on Your Grave. Revenge. Summer's Moon. I mean, a lot of them, look, this is a more modern movie. What year does it say? 2009. 2009. But like a lot of those early movies, even though they were dated back in the day, the old revenge movies, you know, girl killing off her attackers movies, the more modern ones can either go one of two ways. They can either go less brutal or more brutal or just as brutal. A lot of those movies are hard watches. Revenge is probably a bit more kind of like MTV style. Well, I guess MTV's a very underwhelming way of explaining it, but Revenge is a great movie, and I like a good revenge movie. But the problem with revenge movies is this: they have to go through horrible times to get there. So when you watch I Spit on Your Grave or any of the other sequels to I Spit on Your Grave, or Day of the Woman as it was originally known, it's got bad things happening to it. So not just murderers, not just psychopaths. We're talking about graping or grape. I can't say the word on YouTube. So yeah. So in the 70s and the 80s, there was a lot of movies like that. And, you know, some people can stomach a movie like that, some can't. I like a good revenge movie when it comes to getting back the people that have oppressed you. But unfortunately, there are parts of those movies that are very hard to watch. So whether you're into that kind of thing or not, I find that the movies are great, but you might not watch them very much just because they're quite confronting. But it doesn't mean they're not good movies. It does mean they're good movies. It's just that the way they made them back then, I mean, you try and make a movie like that now and be on a mainstream media, you would not survive. You would not survive Hollywood. It's mostly underground people. We are underground people. People live underground. But, you know, lowbrow horror cinema still does things like that these days. But, yeah, it's very frowned upon. Let's put it that way. But back in the day, yeah, movies like that were good to watch. I mean, hopefully you did it with a good heart watching those kind of movies. And if you're a psychopath, then maybe it was giving you too much of a bad thing for yourself, or a good thing if you look at it that way. But yeah, those movies can be very confronting to watch. So Day of the Woman, aka I Spit on Your Grave, is a fantastic movie, but it's very brutal. The revenge scenes in I Spit on Your Grave and Revenge and other movies like that are very satisfying. Very satisfying to see these bad people get killed. You just have to watch all the stuff that comes beforehand first to get to that point. So that makes them a bit of a hard watch. But doesn't mean they're bad cinema, though, I will say. It's just that it can be, for me, it can be a bit like, oh, do I want to own it or do I not? I've been wanting a Blu-ray copy of I Spit on Your Grave, but I keep leaving it till later because it's not an easy watch. And having it in your collection makes you ask questions. So anyway, moving along. A classic one, Morgan Freeman. And what's her name? What's her name in this one? Morgan Freeman, and Morgan Freeman's in a lot of movies. Horror slash thriller adjacent. Ann Miller? Hang on. Oh, Monica Potter. Michael Wincott. Oh, I thought she was someone else. Along Came a Spider. You know, I kind of think of these movies as... I apologize for yawning again. I kind of think of these movies more as thrillers, or like, you know, thriller writers. Along Came a Spider. They were really into making movies like this. There's another one that I've got, you know, The Bone Collector, Along Came a Spider. They're thrillers, but they're horror adjacent. The game is far from over. Along Came a Spider, I do remember watching years ago, but I couldn't tell you anything about it. There was a lot. I went through a phase where I was watching a lot of movies like this. Morgan Freeman when he was quite a lot younger. Kiss the Girls. Oh, so we're talking about, you haven't seen it, but I want to now. I like Alec Guinness too. Oh, so you haven't seen The Prisoner. Okay, I was really sure that you probably have. Especially UK cinema. Really clean. All of these are really clean. Along Came a Spider, I think I might have that on VHS, but I don't have it on DVD. I think I've always passed it up as being, you know, a bit of schlocky thriller. But I don't own it, so I definitely should, because it's not bad. It's not bad at all. I think I'm just a bit of a purist sometimes. I'm like, oh, you know, it's just kind of like a horror writer's book. Oh, this has been taped. That's why that won't answer. Why that won't open up. You know, you had horror writers from back in the day that were very popular. Not horror, sorry, thriller writers. Thriller slash horror, I guess you would call them. Writers back in the day, and a lot of movies were made based on books like that. And that's what I felt like Along Came a Spider was like. There was a real phase of them, you know, all kind of like capitalizing on people's love of that kind of movie back in the day. This one's The Bone Collector. I do have this one already. I don't know if I have it on DVD. I don't think I do. But I do have it on VHS. The Bone Collector. Includes what? Director's commentary, isolated soundtrack, and more. How do you isolate a soundtrack? Do I have to use this like a DVD? Because there's no extra discs. It does come with a little slip. Little booklet. Oh, the disc is... This one is not from her collection. I just want to show you the difference between a clean disc and somebody who doesn't look after the discs. Now, this will play... Oh, some of those are a little bit deeper. This should play, though. It is a bit scratched up. Now, having said that, if this doesn't work out for me, no harm done. It was a buck, and I see Bone Collector everywhere. One thing I'm more interested in is this comes with this little sleeve. Find out the secret. Oh, this is hide and seek. Is this not even from this movie? Oh, it's just a catalogue. Oh, that's all it is. I thought it was something to do with the movie. Club Dread. I like that movie. I passed up on that a few times. Club Dread. It's a fun movie. Yeah, The Mummy. No, Man on Fire. I don't know. Whatever. I'm reading Carrie Fisher's book, Princess Diarist. Highly recommended. Oh, it says your chat disconnected. Yeah, that's what happened. Because of your internet, Mark. This is what I'm saying. If you're going to be subscribed to me, you have to go out, pay top dollar for the best internet. And I won't accept anything less than that. So I might have to buy the Bone Collector again, but that's okay. It's very easily recognizable and very much something you find in op shops. The next one, don't think I've seen before. It's very clean. It does come from Video Easy and Dramana. Comes from Dramana, mate. Comes from Dramana. Halle Berry and Bruce Willis. Perfect Stranger. I do recall this being in VHS stores, or sorry, DVD stores, in video stores. What the hell am I saying? In video stores, Perfect Stranger. Halle Berry and Bruce Willis. Thriller slash slasher slash horror adjacent. Very clean. A sexy thriller. Because I had Bruce Willis. Poor old Bruce Willis is now not able to remember much of what his life is and what to do. I feel really sad about that. I've grown up around members of my family having Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, different psychological mental issues. A sexy thriller that keeps you guessing every step of the way. Come on, it's got Halle Berry and Bruce Willis, and it's from 2007, unless that's the distribution date. Pick that up. This is horror, and have I seen it? Quite clean, a bit smudgy. If you want to lend my copy of The Prisoner, Mark, I'm more than happy to lend it to you, but I'm sure you're quite industrious. You tend to find the things you want to watch. The House at the End of the Street. Fear its secrets. Yeah, so I picked this one up. I'm not going to read you the back of it. It was $1. Last house on the left is what I always remember. My brain always thinks that's saying what it's saying. Seeking a fresh start, newly divorced Sarah and her daughter Alyssa find the house of their dreams in a small upscale rural town. But when startling and unexplained events begin to happen, Sarah and Alyssa learn the town is in the shadows of a chilling secret. Years earlier, in the house next door, a daughter killed her parents in their beds and disappeared, leaving only a brother, Ryan, as the sole survivor. Against Sarah's wishes, Alyssa begins a relationship with a reclusive Ryan, and the closer they get, the deeper they're all pulled into a mystery more dangerous than they ever imagined. So it's thriller/horror. Very clean. Yeah, $1. Can't really say no to that one. It's got Jennifer Lawrence and Max Theriot. Jennifer Lawrence is great. So I had to pick that one up. Two more to go before we go through the bangers. The bangers, mate. I picked this one up because it's been around for a while and I don't own it, and I think it's worth having. It's got some good actors in it too. It's got Kevin Bacon, Robert De Niro, Dustin Hoffman, Jason Patrick, and Brad Pitt. Bit of a powerhouse performance right there. Bit of a powerhouse performance. $1. To four boys growing up on the streets in the mid-1960s, Hell's Kitchen was a place of innocence ruled by corruption. The infamous New York City neighborhood that stretched north from 34th to 56th Street and pushed west from the 8th Avenue to the Hudson River was guided by both priests and gangsters. The children who grew up there shared joyful times but subscribed to a sacred social code. Crimes against the neighborhood were not permitted, and when they did occur, punishment was severe. Four friends made a mistake that changed their lives forever. Sleepers. Kevin Bacon, Robert De Niro, Dustin Hoffman, Jason Patrick, and Brad Pitt. A Barry Levinson film from the controversial bestseller. So it came from a book. Very good condition, very clean. Less of a horror and more of a thriller. But yes, had to pick it up. Last one in the less special ones. I've got some special ones to talk about. Very clean. Slight smudges, but extremely clean. I've never heard of or seen before, or maybe I've heard of it. Rebecca De Mornay. Do not misbehave. From the director of Saw. What does that say? It's in red and it's hard to see. Oh, so, okay, that makes more sense. From the director of Saw 2, Saw 3, and Saw 4. Wow, okay, that says a lot. Mother's Day. Rebecca De Mornay, who used to be hot, who I guess maybe could still be hot. Mother's Day. Do not misbehave. In a world where people misbehave, Rebecca De Mornay plays a mother who doesn't want you to misbehave. She will kill you if you do. There is a whole essay written on the back of that, and I'm not going to read it all. Basically, it's in the line of, what was that movie? The Stepfather or something like that? Bad mother. Like some bad things happening here. It's a horror movie. It's a slasher, bad, do you remember a Single White Female? I'm guessing it's going to be like that, but the mother. There's some very bad things happening in this movie. Yeah, it's going to be like The Stepfather. I guess. Single White Female meets the Stepfather, except it's a mother. Mother's Day. There you go. So we've got those. We're going to take a ever so slight break so I can relieve myself. I think it's time for a bio break, as Mr. Grim Green calls it. He calls it a bio break. I think it's a very apt word. I do steal it occasionally. Some might call it a piss break, but I can't say that on YouTube, so I won't say it's a piss break. But I swear a lot anyway, so it doesn't really matter. We've covered quite a lot of movies. We have a stack here of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 more to go before Let's Get Physical Media ends. So let's take me and my rabbit hair out of this room to have a bio break. Please don't leave. I'm not quite drunk enough. I need to be like this.
What did I say? He can't hold his liquor.
At the moment, I'm a bit more like... where is it? What happened to it? Did I really lose it? What? What is happening right now? Did I get rid of one of them? Oh no, I'm a bit more like this at the moment. I haven't drunk enough. I'm a bit more like this.
It's got a fruity bouquet.
Yeah. It's got a fruity bouquet. All right, what I need to do now is put you on the waiting screen. Oh, we've lost my live viewers again. We had 2, then 1, then 2, then 1, then 0. Let's put you back. Oh, look, I'll put you on a room full of Millennium Falcons. Hang on. Apparently, these were all in an op shop. I don't see how that's possible, but let's leave you with this. I'll be back in a minute. All right. Where's Roddy gone? Roddy. There we go. There's Roddy. Have you guessed the movie yet? Anybody guess the movie? Wayne's World? No, not Wayne's World. I look like somebody from Wayne's World at the moment. All right, we're going to crack this. It is 4.5% alcohol volume. Okay. Cheers. Mm. It's not Wayne's World. It's not Wayne's World. All right, let's do the last of the physical media before we run out of time completely. What time did I start? I started around, I think, just on 12. Geez, I've been talking for a long time. A long time. All right, let's go through some of these movies. These are the good ones. These are the ones I was really happy to find. This one has Bill Paxton and Matthew McConaughey in it, and I do not remember it, but people do talk about it. Heard someone just today on a vlog I was listening to talking about it. Very clean. Serial killer movie with Bill Paxton, Matthew McConaughey, and directed by Bill Paxton. Frailty. Don't really know anything about it. So it says 2 thumbs up, 2 thumbs way up. One of the year's best films. Ultimate cinematic horror. Edge of the seat entertainment. Serial killer goes dark after killing committing a bunch of crimes and then comes back. It's got Matthew McConaughey and Bill Paxton is, I guess, a psychopath. And yeah, axe murder of some kind. And yeah, directed by Bill Paxton too. So really happy to have that. That's awesome. Didn't know about that one. Surprising though, because as soon as I bought it, I was watching somebody else. I think it was Mid-Level Media. And he happened to just talk about it randomly, which was really cool. This one is an After Dark original. Join the Harvest. Let's just quickly check the disc. Pretty clean, damn it. Pretty damn clean, damn it. You've had Costco pizza at Costco? Yeah, I don't mind pizza from anywhere. I just didn't want a cheese pizza with cheese as the sauce. I just don't, that's not a pizza. And it felt like it just put me off eating Philadelphia cream cheese. So if it had a base of tomato sauce and then 3 cheeses on top, it would have been all good. But cream cheese is the base. There's something wrong with that. It's a very American sounding thing. After Dark Originals. Ask. Join the harvest. Am I a scarecrow? Or am I your dead father? I don't know. Look, it's pretty interesting. It says 8 films to die for. I think it's 8 films to die for. When a murder join the harvest. From the creators of After Dark Horror Fest, when a murder of crows smashes into their car windshield, a group of young friends are forced to abandon the vehicle, leaving them stranded beside a desolate cornfield. Excuse me. Hidden deep within the cornfield, they find a crumbling farmhouse, but they soon discover that instead of a sanctuary, the house is actually the center of a terrifying supernatural ritual that they are about to become a part of. I don't know why it says 8 films. 8 films to die for. Must be, Why would you want the most boring movie? Well, you just said you like the actor. Yeah, I know she's dead now. Diana Rigg. I know she's dead now. But if you like the actors from that TV series, you might like the movie. But yeah, it's fucking boring as fuck. Husk, R-rated. Picked it up. I don't know if it's 8 films to die for. Is like there's 7 others besides this one. Whether there's 7 in one. It feels like this is just one movie. Is this Region 4? Yeah, Region 4. What year? For the fuck's sake. I can't see a year. Oh, 2010. Autonomous Films. You have to be pretty autonomous to make a film company called Autonomous Films. Yep, so I picked that up. That's full horror and looks very interesting. This is a twin pack, and I have been looking for the first one because it is a bit of a controversial film in some ways. Clean. But it does have movie 2 as well, which I didn't actually realize existed. I thought it was only movie 1. First one is Nicolas Cage, and I love Nicolas Cage, but this movie is quite controversial. And then there's number 2. So this is 8mm and 8mm 2. So a collector's pack of 2 of them. 8mm, obviously a snuff film. I think it involves a young girl. CD, snuff film, sex, stuff like that. And the 8mm 2 is more, it seems to be more of a thriller / sexy thriller. Doesn't give much information about it, to be honest, because these are a twin pack and they don't usually give too much information on twin packs. But I got them both in one pack for $1. Obviously, it's a bit more sexy in the second film because you can see that's similar premise, I think, but more maybe prostitutes. I'm not sure. But the original 8mm is a bit of a controversial film just because of the material. But Nicolas Cage likes working in films like that, that are a bit more odd. That's what I love about him. He will do a blockbuster and then do a run of films that are either like low budget, controversial, weird, wild, small budget. I respect him for that. This one I picked up because I love the original movie, which came from a comic book. Very, very super clean, almost brand new. And then obviously I don't think I've ever talked about it, but I bought the second movie, and I think this could be the third. I'll have to research it, but it has one big name in it at least. I have The Crow. I have The Crow City of Angels sealed, which I remember watching back in the day and I didn't mind. This is The Crow Salvation. I actually don't ever recall seeing this. Obviously, the first movie is the best. It's the original Crow with Brandon Lee. They made The Crow 2, which was City of Angels, and I actually liked that movie. It was different. I wasn't expecting it to have Brandon Lee in it because I knew he died, but I didn't mind City of Angels. I've never seen Salvation. And I'll just let you know, I'm not going to watch the new movie because why would I? That movie, it looks like shit. Apparently, it is shit. People are talking about how crap it is. Stop messing with original material. Trying to make it more modern. This is Region 4. It's quite old. What's the year on it? Doesn't really give me a year. It's Eagle Entertainment. Doesn't give me a year. Can I look up the year? So yeah. Salvation. It's got Kirsten Dunst and Eric Mabius. And look at the back. It's even got like look how old it is. It's got the chapters written on the back. Region 4 is there. This is quite an old DVD. From the producers of Wall Street, Conan the Barbarian, and Das Boot. That's a bit of a wild mix of producers. The Crow franchise over 170 million US dollars worldwide box office. So let's just look up quickly. I just want the year on it. I lost Mark again. He's just dropping out left, right, and center. Let's look up The Crow Salvation. What year was it? 2000. Wait, no, that's not right. What year was it? That's Wicked Prayer. Wow, there's so many of them. Sequel. Oh, so there's a sequel to it. Interesting. Where's the year? Normally give me the year. The Crow Salvation is a 2000 American superhero film. So 2000. That's really bright. I want to get this off my screen. 2000. I don't remember the years of the other ones, but this was 2000. So yeah, I like the Crow franchise. I just don't like the modern one. I don't want the modern one. I'm not interested in the modern one. Let's do this one because I know I have it on VHS, but I don't have it on DVD or Blu-ray. And I do want it on Blu-ray. I will sell this one if I get it on Blu-ray. But I love this movie. I love it. Tango and Cash. Sylvester Stallone and Kurt Russell teaming up together. This is a fantastic, fun, absolutely fun. Two different cops that don't really are not a good match with each other. Have to team up, and in between is Sylvester Stallone's sister is interested in dating Kurt Russell, so that causes a lot of issues. Obviously, you got, is it back to front? I always get them mixed up. Tango, who's straight-laced. You'd think Tango would be someone a bit more wild, and Cash, who is Kurt Russell's character. So Tango is Sylvester Stallone. He's very buttoned up, wears a suit. He's a detective, wears a suit, drives stylish cars, really smart, really fancy. And then Cash, who you think would have cash and not be a wild and tango-y. Cash is more of a bum, more a bit of a crazy streetwise cop. So they're kind of role reversed in the names. Super clean disc. So Cash is not full of cash, just kind of, a bit of a streetwise bum. And Tango, who is not wild and crazy, is a buttoned up cop. And they have to team up together to take down the bad guys. And this is a fantastic movie of two opposites that work together. And in between, Cash wants to date Tango's sister, who is played by, it's not going to tell me. Oh, really? It's not going to tell me? What's her name? Her name was, no, Jack Palance is the bad guy. It's got some cool old school bad guys in it. Yeah, I don't remember the girl's name. Her name's not on there. Why isn't it on there? Yeah, anyway, so doesn't really have much in the way of extras. But for $1, man, I had to say yes to that. I was really excited to find. I've been looking for Tango and Cash. Couldn't find it. Now I found it. Got to keep looking, guys. Got to keep looking. And this was one of my favorite finds so far. John Carpenter, super clean, almost brand new. This is what made me so happy. I've been looking for this. I didn't know when I was going to find it, and I did find it. Sam Neill, In the Mouth of Madness. Come on. Come on. Give me a break. This is awesome. What you're about to experience is real. Terrifyingly real. This is a movie I've been wanting to own for a long time. Sam Neill, In the Mouth of Madness. John Carpenter. So happy. $1. $1. And ironically, the person he plays like a lawyer, investigator. He goes to find a writer who they riff it off of. Now his name's dropped out of my head. I can see his face right now. Stephen King. They riff it off of Stephen King. His name's Sutter Kane, I think. Sutter Kane. So it's meant to be going after an author, Sutter Kane, who basically is Stephen King. Basically Stephen King. Really cool. In the Mouth of Madness. It's going to be like, what kind of horror would you call this? Psychotic. Kind of like ritualistic horror. I think there's a bit of Cthulhu kind of stuff going on there as well. All right, so the last three things of the physical media I'm going to show you. One is a Blu-ray. The rest are game-related. I was looking for cheap things in JB Hi-Fi. And the only thing, cheap thing I could find was two things. The Mugai, which I should have bought. I told you I needed to buy something. I should have bought the Mugai. It was $10. I picked up Beverly Hills Cop 1, the first movie, $9.98, so $10. I've been putting it off because they've had them all three. for some time in JB Hi-Fi, but like they had nothing else, and I wanted to pick up a new movie. So I picked up Beverly Hills Cop, the very first movie. And then the other two things were from EB Games. The first thing I picked up, very clean condition with the booklets. I like strategy games. I like Dungeons and Dragons style games, dungeon crawler style games. It's been a while since I played one. And I have PS1, PS2, PS3, and a PS4. What I do not own is a PS5. I don't think I will ever own a PS5. I don't see the interest in getting a PS5. All of the PS5 games are all modern retakes of every other game that's been on PS4 and before. It doesn't seem like they've got that many brand new games for the PS5. Doesn't interest me, but I picked up Diablo. $12. Diablo. It's a strategy dungeon crawler. Comes with the booklet. When am I going to play it? I don't know. But I have every PlayStation game. So PlayStation console all the way up to the 4. Once again, have no interest in PlayStation 5. Zero interest. Even though PS4's going to be, they're going to be shutting down help for PS4. Why? Who knows? We got Diablo. I had to pick that up. The last thing I picked up is movie related. I am a PSP fan, a PlayStation Portable. I have two PlayStation Portables. And I have quite a lot of games. I couldn't count them all, but I do believe I've got, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 30, 40 games, PSP games up there. But what they used to do with the PSP was they also made movies because the screen was big enough and it was run on disc to play movies. They'd still have to put it on a UMD disc. And I picked this up today thinking it was a game. I was like, that's weird. It's got no images on the back of it. It was only $9. And I once wanted to start collecting these. But the price has gone through the roof at the moment, like everything else. This is a PSP, I should say, UMD, which is the disc that they use, movie of Alien versus Predator. Now, PSP movies are actually becoming stupidly expensive now. I have seen a few of them every once in a while out in the wild. But I picked it up because it's another way of collecting movies. You can watch it on your PSP. It's very small, chews up a lot of battery, but it comes in a UMD. And the UMD is this. It's like a disc inside of a shaped piece of plastic that slots into the PSP's little disc reader. But you can watch Alien vs. Predator as a movie on a PSP screen. And it was only $9, which is actually pretty cheap. This is pre-COVID prices. I used to be able to see PSP movies available between like $5 and $15, $20 on eBay all the time. Since post-COVID, when everything was collectible, these have become ridiculously priced. So I picked it up today. Really happy to have it. It's my first of a new way of collecting. Do I need a new way of collecting? No, I really, really don't need a new way of collecting. But I have two PSPs, and I would love to collect some movies for them. So there you go. That's all of my physical media. Thank you very much for dealing with all of my physical media. I'm very happy that you dealt with all of my physical media. And it's really late. It's 3 o'clock. 4, 5, 6. I need to finish this up soon. I think I've been on here for... What time did I start? 12:50? It'll be over 2 hours easily now. No live viewers, but that's okay. Let us quickly do Toy Talk, because I don't have many in the way of Toy Talk, but then I'll do mail. I might avoid the politics of news. We'll just see how we go with that, because it's getting late and people are dropping in and out. And I don't think I can control that, really. And honestly, I don't think I can control it. So what we'll do is we will go... to Toy Talk.
Toy Talk.
Look, I found these in the op shop, and I thought I would show them to you because they're not a whole lot to talk about, but I picked them up anyway. The first one I'll talk about is what I think is legitimate. It's a weird thing to make into a toy if you're making fake ones. So, I don't know. It's a really weird looking toy. It's got nice plastic on the outside of it. Pretty weird shapes to it. Are there any Simpsons fans out there? Because I've got a Homer Simpson plush in a swimming pool ring. But look at his face. His head's like bent. It's really weird. And I can't find a label anywhere. But this is made in such a way that I can't imagine it being made by a cheap company. They've done a lot of things a very specific way. He's got plastic eyeballs. That's the first one, not sewed on. His hair's like specifically done the same way it would be on him. Hair at the back. His ears are separate. He's got this like really soft. The rest of him is kind of like a felt. This is really soft, shiny pleather. The ring. And then he's got like hand stitched thongs. And his feet actually go into the thongs. But yeah, I think he was like $1 or $2. I had to pick him up. He's about as tall as my hand. Just a bit taller than my hand. I don't have many Simpsons toys. Nor do I collect many Simpson toys. But I thought that was pretty cool. Look, he's even got his nipples and his belly button. He's a weird one. He's a weird one. His thongs. His flip-flops. Yeah, his feet actually slide in and out of those flip-flops, but the bottom are sewed on, so they won't come off. But weird, look at his weird head. I don't know, like he's looking up at the sky. I guess Homer always looks like that. But yeah, very interesting. I would like to look into this to see if this is legit. There are no logos, labels, or anything on it. But once again, I'm assuming that by the stitching on this, this was not done by a cheap place. So, unsure, but really cool either way. Homer Simpson in his little inflatable thing there. I don't know. I don't know. It's called nuclear. It's pronounced nuclear. I thought that was pretty cool. You can go with the plushes. Oh, and he fell upside down, landed on his head. This one's cool. This is an original Marvel. It's got a name written on the bottom, just like the cowboy in Toy Story. What year is this? 2000 and... What? What year is that? It's the wording underneath that's bending my mind. 2000 and something. What? I can't read that. I need a light. Give me a light. Proper light. What's the year? Oh, I cannot read that. Give me the year. No, that's not the year. Oh, there's the year. Okay, cool. So this is 2012. Marvel. It used to be one of my favorite superheroes from back in the day, for a little while at least. Wolverine. Look, it's been a while since I've been into proper superheroes. I'm not really a proper superhero kind of guy. His legs don't move except at the hip. His arms move at the shoulder and the elbow, except for this one, because this one has two ways it can work. You've got this. Hang on. Pull it down. Let it go. He's got like a spring action in his arm, but he's also got this action. His head stays in one spot. So I can bend his arm back and do this. And he does like a slashing move. Or he could just tip his whole body and he slashes that way, move his other arm out of the way, which does bend at the elbow. His wrists don't bend. I can do that, or I can bend the arm all the way back, like this. And bend this around. Pretty cool slashing move. His head stays in one position. He's got the classic Wolverine kind of ears on the side. 2012. I think I paid $1 or $2 for it. I can't remember. I think it was $1. But very cool. And this arm can sort of be in multiple locations. So the buck is a very strange one. because you can flick him. You can bend his whole arm back so it goes under. Hold his body straight. Go under, gut ya. He can gut you. Or he can be just sideways like this without bending. Come on, move the elbow forward. Come on. I can just twist him. Or I can bend his arm back and twist him. Pretty cool. Still works really well. He's in really clean condition. And for a couple of bucks, I'm happy to have Wolverine. Happy to have Wolverine for a couple of bucks. What's wrong with that? You got anything wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with that. All right, we don't have any live viewers at the moment. We're going to cut this short. Do I open it up? I really am intrigued about what's in this package. I'm going to open it up. We're going to move on to mail. I always like doing the mail bumper. I like the mail bumper. Mail. Mail. Let's open this up. This is what I've got. I don't want to show you my address on there. Has it got my name and address? Yeah, not going to do my address. This is from Temu. Come on, Roddy. Focus. Focus, Roddy. Focus, Roddy. We got Temu thing. I've covered up my name. I ordered a few things. This is stuff that looks like it's all been shoved into one bag. Is it any good? Well, guess we'll find out. I don't even know if it's all of it. I think there was 5 or 6 things. I got 2 of them last time. I got the microphone, which is really cool, by the way. I didn't expect to work, which does work. And then I got the t-shirt, which is not very good quality. There's a few things in here. There is, I think it's all of them, actually. Let's take out the big thing first. I got a lot of t-shirts. I think that you'll find a lot of these are just t-shirts. Okay, stay still. No, don't fall. Don't fall. Do not fall. Honestly. All right, the first thing is a tin sign. I don't know if it's actually really tin or if it's plastic. Sounds like it could be tin. Open it up. Look, Temu has its place. But in terms of good quality, I think it's 50-50. Oh, yeah. It's a bit bent. But this is a cool little tin sign. It's just a little bit bent because it's not very good quality. Oh, just throw this on the floor. Look! It's an actual really cool photo of... let me bring Mike closer. It's a... I've got a photo of this. Look at this. It's Mad Max in the truck from Mad Max 2, the Road Warrior. That's got to go somewhere. How cool is that? With his shotgun shell and his bandages. So cool. But yeah, very thin. Very, very thin. Look how warped it is. But really cool. It didn't cost very much. Part of my freebies that I got that I thought I was going to get more of. But yeah, really cool. And I've got a photo of him driving that truck autographed as well. I always wanted to do a giant set of pictures on the wall all together in one glass frame, but that's never going to happen anymore. I don't have the space for it. Mel Gibson as Mad Max in The Road Warrior, or as we called it in Australia, Mad Max 2, because we can't think of anything more suitable besides just putting a 2 or a 3 behind it. But I like this. That's my VHS player rewinding. You can hear that. I like this. And there's not many things on Temu I found really cool, but this is cool for a tin sign. Looks awesome. And if you know me, you know how much I love Mad Max. That's the first thing. So happy with that. That turned out pretty good. Next thing, let's grab what feels like a t-shirt in a Ziploc bag. Probably made from very bad material. I guess we'll find out soon. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, it's a t-shirt where the printing is just very plasticky. Not my favorite kind of t-shirt. How will it wash? I don't know. Is it what I actually ordered? I don't know. Let's have a look. Yes, it is what I ordered, but whoa, that plastic on the front. T-shirt quality. It says 100% cotton. It actually does feel like cotton. It's not shiny. But I don't think it's 100% cotton. It does feel soft, so it could be cotton, but I don't think it's 100%. It says 100% cotton, but it's not 100% cotton. Here's the shirt. Return of the Living Dead. It's party time, but that is all plastic. I got them in large because I'm not a small bastard anymore. I'm getting fat. I'm getting old and fat. But good t-shirts do not have this kind of plastic on the front. It is very plasticky. Oh, you can feel it. Can you hear this? It's not screen printed on. It's just a plastic image that's been ironed on. You can even see the cut marks around the outside of it. It's been ironed on here, plastic. But look, I like the image. But wow. You can hear the plastic. But the image is pretty cool. Might be just a tad bit too low though. I think they need to put that up higher. But kind of cool. It's just a bit on the low side. I think it could have been a bit higher. But there, brains. More brains. No, that's pretty cool though, except for the plasticness of it. Plasticness of it. The next one. There were quite a lot of t-shirts. Quite a lot of t-shirts. This does not feel as bad as the other one. Oh, still quite plasticky though. Mark will appreciate this one if he's still around. And this is a large as well. Is it going to tell me it's 100% cotton? It does say it's 100% cotton. The fabric of the t-shirt is actually okay. But this is a cool shirt. Look at this, Mark. Mark, you're on replay tomorrow, Mark? But look how low down the image is. It shouldn't be that low. The young ones, that classic young ones horror image. Fear will freeze you when you face the young ones. From Temu, large. Horoscope, not as plasticky. Bit of a plasticky feel to it, but it's not one image, so it's not as bad. The young ones, the young ones. Less plasticky than the other one. Very cool. I love the young ones. I love that this is a t-shirt. Mind you, I'm supporting an organization that obviously doesn't pay the people that they get their ideas from. So I guess that's not a good thing. Oh, cool. This was, I forgot I ordered this. Where's the opening? I really wanted the black one, but I got the blue one. Anybody like Big Trouble in Little China? Anyone love Big Trouble in Little China? Well, I picked a hat for the Pork Chop Express, San Francisco. Yeah, it's your old friend, what was his name in it? Jack? No. Listen to your old pal. Have I got it here? Big Trouble in Little China. I got big trouble. It should be right there somewhere. But it's not. Anyway, that's his hat. I don't know what color. That's the image on his truck. I don't think he wore a hat. That's the image on his truck, the Pork Chop Express. San Francisco. Well, it wasn't very expensive, and I picked blue. I should probably pick black, but I don't know. He probably would have worn blue. Will it fit over my hair, my bad hair? No. The Pork Chop Express. I think we're down to t-shirts, to be honest. I don't think there's much else left in here but t-shirts. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Oh, this is very plasticky too. This is going to teach me a lesson. This is very plasticky. This is going to teach me a lesson. Let's do a hygiene check before it becomes 3:30. Yeah, we've lost all of our live viewers. I love Red Dwarf. I really wished they had some better Red Dwarf stuff, but this is very plasticky. Sorry, Mike. So I'm not a fan of plasticky T-shirts, but there's not much you can do about it. This is like a model, like, you know, like a one of those Haynes guides on vehicles. The Starbug from Red Dwarf. Love Red Dwarf. Cool. That's another T-shirt that who knows how that's going to wash. And I think the last one is a T-shirt. Yep, last one's a T-shirt. I don't think there's anything else. Temu. I guess that'd be good for some things. And this one's the same sort of thing, like a Haynes guide to the Serenity spaceship. And once again, very plasticky on the outside. Very plasticky. Does it say 100% cotton though? 100% cotton. The fabric's not too bad. Doesn't feel like 100% cotton. Doesn't feel like it's all polyester. Except for the image. The Serenity spaceship. From Firefly and Serenity. So yeah. Pretty cool. For a fraction of the cost of most T-shirts. But at the same time though, if you really want to do yourself a favor, just get proper T-shirts. Buy from proper places. There you go. So that's pretty much all of it. We've done mail. We've done beer. We've done Let's Get Physical Media. We've lost all of our viewers. Yeah, no more live viewers. Nearly 4 in the morning. What I think we'll do, I was going to do news. But I don't know if I'm in the mind for news. We're going to be at least 2.5, close to 3 hours already. I really want to talk about... Yeah, where's my news gone? Can I find my news? There's my news. Let's do news. It's very bright at the moment. Let's do news really quickly. Ready? Welcome to news. Today we're going to talk about another instance of Hollywood being Hollywood. And that is Ryan Coogler's X-Files reboot. Did anybody ask for an X-Files reboot? No, nobody asked for an X-Files reboot. Why they're being made? Who fucking knows? Oh, just dropped it. Pork chop express hat. Does anybody want a reboot? A reboot of X-Files? Does anybody want it? Did we ask for it? No, we didn't ask for it. We did not ask for it. Maybe someone in the Hollywood studio might have asked for it, but we, as people that watch TV, love TV, and love our favorite TV shows, we didn't ask for it. I didn't ask for it. I didn't say, hey, can you go out there and ruin my favorite TV show by rebooting it? Nobody asked for it. All right, Hollywood, stop it. Just stop. I don't care if you have... It's going to be really good. It's going to be really good. Now, trust me, you haven't seen it yet. I know you're going to say it's not going to be good, but it's going to be really good. All you ever do is reboots. Remakes, reboots. Let me just move over to desktop cam. Oh, okay. A couple of things. You're going to hate me or love me for it. Here I am down here. Did you guess what movie it was, by the way? I'm going to tell you what movie it was before I forget. Here, let me show you. Can I go back to Roddy Cam for a sec? No, we'll save it till after. We'll save it till after. We'll save it until after. Where can I put this? Put you there. Ryan Coogler's X-Files reboot confirms cast and surprising canon status. Ryan Coogler's new take on the X-Files got a major boon with the casting of Danielle Deadwyler. By the way, this is through Inverse this February, but finding the Mulder to her Scully, or the Scully to her Mulder, has taken a while longer. Finally, we know who will join the actress in her search for the truth. Her Station 11 co-star Himesh Patel. His casting brief brings the series one step closer to fruition. This is what I sound like right now. This is what I sound like right now. Are you ready? What I sound like? This is what I sound like.
I say, he can't hold his liquor.
That's what I sound like. His casting brings the series one step closer to fruition, but fruition. Oh, it's bring it to closer to a
Got a fruity bouquet.
closer to fruition, but questions abound about the scope of this new X-Files, its place in canon, and whether Deadwyler and Patel will be stepping into roles previously occupied by the stars of the original sci-fi series. That was a question in my mind. You're doing Scully and Fox, Mulder, Scully. Hulu and 20th Television are keeping intimate details of the new X-Files under lock and key, but thanks to an official logline and some insider intel, it might be time to stop calling this a reboot. In Coogler's X-Files, two highly decorated but vastly different FBI agents form an unlikely bond when they are assigned to a long-shuttered division devoted to cases involving unexplained phenomena. Remind you of anyone? That was the exact brief for the original Series 2, but according to a source that spoke to Variety, this revival will chart its own path through familiar territory. Deadwyler and Patel are set to play wholly new characters rather than replace Gillian Anderson and David Duchovny outright. The new series is shaping up to be more like a Lego sequel than an all-out reboot of the original series, and that approach makes a lot of sense. Don't know if it does. It'll allow Coogler, who's set to write, direct, and produce the show's pilot, and showrunner Jennifer Yale to take a meta approach to the material. I hate everyone doing meta. It's so meta. Everything's so meta. Look, check it out. It's meta. It's like meta. You know, it's like meta. We're doing a meta version of a meta show to make it more meta. Not unlike the titular division, the OG X-Files has been shuttered for years now. Despite a handful of attempts to revive the adventures of Scully and Mulder, it feels like every path has been exhausted. Passing the torch is the smartest move to keep things feeling fresh. I don't think anyone should be doing this at all, to be honest. But it also leaves the door open for a potential return from either Scully or Mulder down the line. As always, the truth is out there and the possibilities for the franchise feel endless for the first time in years. There's not yet a release date for the new X-Files. Okay, that's about Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And we're not going to go over that. So, this is just a small article, but what I want to highlight here is that regardless of the fact that you're not calling this a remake, but a reboot, or maybe not even a reboot, but a cyclic sequel, whatever you want to call it. I don't care what you call it. Stop fucking making movies about other movies. Stop making series about other series. Stop stealing other people's ideas. Stop it. Just stop it. Stop. Just stop it. You guys have no fucking brains. Stop making things that are other people's. The other thing is as well, is the people that are playing, whoever they're playing, maybe it's not Scully and Mulder. Oh. Where's the images? Images. Not only did we not ask for a reboot, Hey, race swapping. Yay. We don't want it anyway, but why are you race swapping? That's one. Where's the other one? Where's the other picture? Oh, there was another picture somewhere. I couldn't find it. Don't get me wrong. Get this guy, or whoever's playing Mulder and Scully, or whoever's playing their... Is this it? I don't know. I'm confused. Whatever you guys do, A, don't get old movies and TV shows and remake them. And B, when you remake them, don't recast them to make them more diverse. You don't need to do that. No one... Why? For what reason? Please tell me for what reason. You could have made anything out of that. You could have gotten this X-Files reboot and not made it an X-Files reboot. You could have made it the Paranormal Files. You could have made it anything and made it a new story. You could have made it like, I don't know, Area 51 Files, the Dark Detectives. You can make it any story. Why do you have to tag it onto X-Files? X-Files had a great career. It spawned off some great soundtracks in its time. It did a bunch of things that were era efficient. But because you want to make money, this is what it is. It's just money. It's Hollywood. It's just money. So we've got to do what Hollywood does now. We've got to be really careful. We've got to like gatekeep who can be in it. We get a virtue signal. We get a virtue signal because our movie studio is very, very caring of all cultures, all sexes. We're very caring about who's in the movie, and we don't want to offend anyone. We don't want to offend anyone. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the X-Files because everyone knows the X-Files. People are going to love it. We're just going to change everything because we're going to include everyone. Stop it. Stop it. You've already lost. You've already lost. Okay? So first and foremost, let me just tell you something. The X-Files worked because of a particular year, a particular decade that this worked in. It worked because it was a new thing. Okay? This day and age, my personal opinion is, in this day and age, kids are not going to get X-Files. They're going to be flipping through their phone all the time. They're going to be flipping through their phone while you're trying to explain some deep and meaningful thing about how extraterrestrials or monsters or something's come along. They're not going to be interested. This is not made for now. Rebooting it for now is a huge mistake. And if you're lucky, somebody who liked the X-Files or loved the X-Files and might like it, you are betting on a dud horse. I'm sorry. And getting all like changing all of the characters around and making them more modern and making them fit into our today's gender roles, whatever it is you got to do, don't do that in the X-Files. Make your own show. Make your own show. Make it as diverse as you want. Just don't mess with the X-Files, all right? Don't get any old show. Don't get any old movie. Don't get anything and redo it. Just stop. Stop. It's done. It's done. Because what I'm just so frustrated by by Hollywood, who can't think for themselves, who can't come up with a good title for a show or a movie, who can't come up with a good idea for a story, who can't come up with a good idea for a character, who just steals from an old show, says we're going to reboot that and we're going to bring it to the now. We're going to make it the now. Stop it. Just stop it. You're going to lose. You watch. You mark my words. I know that there's always going to be a market to someone for something. I get it. I 100% get it. I want things to be diverse. I want things to be everything. But stop doing that to old shows. Make your own movies. Make your own television shows. Stop doing the Marvels, the X-Files, and the Star Warses, and the everything's. Stop taking it because you're like, we're going to make money because of the name. We're going to make money because of the name of the show. We're going to make money because of the name of the movie. Stop it. You're already dancing with weirdness there without having to steal it from someone else. All right, X-Files had a great name back in the day. It kept us on the edge of our seat. We never quite knew what was happening. We never quite got the answers we were looking for, and we tuned in every week to get them. You think you can keep up with that? It's not the 90s anymore, man. It's not the fucking 90s anymore. Stop it. Just stop it. Like every time I open up the internet, I see that a movie's going to be remade. Every time I open the internet, I find a movie from back in the day is going to be remade, but they're going to remake it and the characters are female. Or the characters are this. Or the characters are that. Stop remaking movies. Stop remaking TV shows. Use your brains. Surely somewhere in Hollywood there's a good writer. Come up with a television series, come up with a movie. If you want to base it on the X-Files, great. If you want to base it on Star Wars, great. If you want to base it on like anything, great. But make it yourself. Make your own. Do it yourself. Stop trying to fit today into yesterday. It doesn't work. Everything's losing. Everyone's bombing. And you know why, but you keep going back for more. Why? People had their time. Movies had their time. They were great for a reason. Rebooting doesn't do anything. You've rebooted everything. Can't you learn from your mistakes? Learn from your mistakes. And you're like, oh, I don't know why this movie bombed. Oh, Total Recall. It didn't do very good. I wonder why it bombed. Let's make another one. Oh no, we'll do next time. We'll do X-Files. Let's make Star Wars into a thing, a new thing. Let's do the new thing with Star Wars. Let's do lesbians in Star Wars and witches, and let's make the Jedi's bad. Let's make the Jedi's bad and make the witches good. Yeah. No, you're losing. Stop it. All right, you're virtue signaling. You're scared of your audience. You got to include everyone. You know what happens when you include everyone? Everyone wants to be included. When I watched Star Wars, I wanted to be what was on the screen, not the other way around. I know you got to make a character that's like me. You got to make a character that's like me. I need to be included. You need to make a character that's like me. Hollywood never worked that way before. Don't get me wrong. Please don't get me wrong. You all need your own identities. You absolutely all need your own identities. Please, for the love of God, please believe me. I support you all, but don't make movies or TV shows based on what other people want to be. Make them based on a good character. Make them based on a good story. Make them based on things that you make yourself. Stop stealing things from other people. Stop it. Stop rebooting things, remaking things, redoing things. I know it's been done in the past. Different times now, though. Audiences don't care so much. People have got their phones out. In cinema, people have got their phones out in front of their TV. Your idea of wowing an audience based on intrigue has got to bore the shit out of people. It's only going to be us old school people that might be interested if you make a good character, if you make a good story, if you make good landscapes, if you make good sets and scenarios. We're going to be interested. But you're not going to get younger people interested in what you're trying to do if you're going to be like the same way. And if you can't be the same way as the old X-Files, you can't do it as well as them, you might as well quit now. Okay? Because if you're making a new X-Files and there's going to be a bunch of like brain dead, brain rot, where people, you're expecting your audience to be like, you have to say things 20 times in one episode because you need to remind the audience that to look away from their phone, you've already lost. You've already lost that battle, so stop doing it. Okay? Gone are the days when you would have a great director, great cinematographer, great lighting, great soundtrack, great story, great character, great location. All of that stuff's gone now. All right? Unless you're prepared to target it to people with a brain who want to watch a movie with a story, which isn't going to be your audience for the most part. It's going to be us older people that want to listen to it. Most people aren't interested in story. I'm sorry, younger people probably are, but not all of them. Stop remaking things. That's my rant. Stop remaking things. X-Files does not need to be remade. It does not need to be remade. Stop it. Okay? Do you know how many movies have come out in the last 3 years that I have zero interest in? Zero. 5 years even. Zero interest in. Because you reboot it, or you remake it, or you change it, or you upgrade it. You try to make it better. I had my fun with those movies. I've got those movies here. Why would I want you to reboot them when I've got the good ones right here? Why would I want you to remodernize them because I've got the good ones right here? Why would I want to watch some 20-year-old who's just one other person out in the world right now who's using their phone, lives on their phone 24/7 in a movie that I have to watch right now, that we have to say things 20 times to remind me that I don't need to be reminded, remind me about the plot, because the audience you're targeting is young people that can't get off their phones. This is not cinema. It's brain rot. It's brain rot. Okay? The only good cinema that comes out is cinema that keeps you engaged, that makes you figure things out, that makes you try to find out what's going on, that makes you engaged in the characters, the depth, the heart. If you can't do that, you're not making good cinema, whether that's television or whether that's movies, whether that's short form. I'm sorry, but the X-Files, you're not going to succeed. You watch. I'm not saying it because I want you to fail, but you watch it. You watch. You watch the X-Files fail. Mark my words. Watch it. When it comes out, okay, he's already saying that the director's already saying these words. You wait and see. It's going to be awesome. No, don't back out. Watch it. It's going to be awesome. We've got stuff lined up for you. You just can't believe. You just wait. I guarantee you we're going to just blow your socks off. If they're saying that and they're not even close to being ready yet, it's going to fail. He's trying to sell you snake oil. It's not going to work. But if you want to watch it, if you want to be interested in it, gosh, I'll be paying attention to the YouTube channels when it's released to see what they say about it. Because I don't want anything to do with it. Not a thing. Not even if you go, hey, but you should review it because you're a YouTuber. I don't want to have anything to do with a remake of the X-Files. I've got the soundtrack, which is awesome, by the way. I've got some episodes back here, which are awesome, by the way. I do not want you to remake it. It's too far. It's too much. Right? That's a show you shouldn't be remaking. All right, I'm going to stop ranting. It's really pissing me off. I'm not super pissed off because it's not my problem. I'm not going to watch it. But my opinion is this. You guys keep going too far. Way too far. What are you going to remake now? HR Puffin stuff? What are you going to do now? You're going to remake Heat? You want to go and remake Heat? What about Serpico? You can remake Serpico? God, I can pick a movie out of any of these ones that you can remake. Any classic movie. Oh, 2001: A Space Odyssey. Remake it. Just remake it. Just change everything around. The spaceship Hal can be gay. You know, just do it. Whatever you got to do with it. At the end of the day, stop remaking movies to be now. Doesn't matter who's in it. Stop remaking it to be now. Go and use your brains. Go and make a story. Go and make anybody you like in it. I don't care. I don't care. I honestly don't care. Integrate anybody in our community into it. I want to see the minorities be majorities. I want to see the minorities be majorities so that we all can understand that everybody's part of this community. But don't remake movies and stop changing characters. It's just enough. All right? I've had enough of it. I don't want to talk about it anymore. All right, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much. My last rant is going to be the rant that gets me in trouble with everyone. But honestly, my heart's in the right place, all right? Make good cinema. Everybody should be included in good cinema without having to remake it to force people into it. Stop doing that. It's enough. Okay? Go and use your brains, Hollywood. You've got all this money in the world. Can't hire a good writer. Why? How have we gotten along this far? How did we get to this point? How do we have so many good writers, directors, you know, cinematographers, Foley artists, everybody in this community? How did we get this far only to start failing now in this modern day age? And I'm pointing right at you. You're failing, Hollywood. You're failing because you are making everyone happy. You're too scared because you don't want to lose money, but you're losing money by losing money. You're losing money by trying too hard. Stop it. Just stop it. Make good cinema. Include everybody. Make it your own. Make it individual. Stop stealing ideas. End of story. My God, if I have to hear another movie, a movie's being rebooted. You hear about Judge Dredd? Judge Dredd, another reboot. It's starting again. It's starting again. Judge Dredd is going to start again, even though they had Carl Urban, who wants to become Dredd again for another sequel. No, let's reboot it again. Let's reboot Dredd again. Enough. It's not Marvel, okay? It's not Marvel. It's not DC. You can't keep, like, making 100 Batmans and 100 Supermans and 100, like, whoever's. Just stop it. You're confusing. You're muddying the water. It's enough. Everything's enough. I've had enough. I'm not going to talk about it anymore. Well, look, I've done the best I can to keep you entertained for the last, like, nearly 3 hours. Thank you very much for being here. Don't forget, if you don't already hate my guts, and I hope you don't because I don't mean anything by it, but if you don't already hate my guts, please go ahead and like and subscribe. If I could even find my subscribe button, which is there. You could give a like, a dislike. You could thumbs down everything. It's all fine with me. I'll leave a comment, share it maybe with a friend, or just subscribe. You can always unsubscribe later. And come and see me on the next Doom vlog, which will be next week, episode 48. Me and Rotten Roddy and Mike. Would love to have you here. Thanks, guys. I appreciate you. Don't forget to twizzle your tornadoes and what is a letter I haven't used before? Honk your hornets. Twizzle your tornadoes and honk your hornets. Ugh. And I'll see you on the next one. My neck hurts. Thanks, guys. Bye. I love you. Please don't hate me. Bye.
Can you all hear me? Can you all hear me?
Can you all hear?
What do they say? He can't hold his liquor.